I choked on my own spit there. What the hell? What the hell? Listen to this track, man. All right. That was a good track. Okay, so we got to walk around and talk to all the people in here. And then maybe this lady will come with us. Ah, Fimian's book. So, research journal of the linguist named Finnum. Finnum wants sweet roll. Can I take that back to him? It's Juliet. This dark-haired young woman is staring listlessly off into space, sighing. We're gonna have reading mistakes. I didn't read any Name of the Rose. No, that's a lie. I did read some Name of the Rose between now and last time. Sighing miserably. I didn't read any last night. Sighing miserably and occasionally picking at the seams of her green velvet gown. It is difficult to discern whether she's depressed or simply bored. She gives you only the briefest of glances before staring off into the distance once more. Greetings, yes. I'm named Juliet. How may I? Oh, never thou mind. Leave me be, please. She gives an exasperated sigh. Oh, nothing at all. Only that I spend my days gazing into the face of mediocrity, seeing if anything can ease or erase its dreadful, tedious passage. Tried a laxative? Some dates, maybe. A prune, mayhaps. Alas, it is. Closing her eyes and massaging her temples. Dreadfully boring. No. 'Tis kind of thee to offer, though I'm already with a man, sir, and I do love him dearly. 'Tis just that I wish, she taps her finger against her chin, something more of our liaison. Yes, there is a problem, she huffs, in that there are no problems to speak of. Our family took the news of our courtship splendidly. His siblings love my siblings, and our friends think our union to be blessed by the powers themselves. All fine and good, but things are going so smoothly. 'Tis not right to have such a trouble-free courtship. Dost thou not? Hast thou ever had such a courtship? She glances briefly at you. 'Twould seem that thy life is filled with a variety of problems, judging by the pallor of thy skin. Okay. Maybe. I've been trying to play some Destiny 2, but I'm washing out of it. It was fun at first, and now I'm starting to, peter out. It's like Halo. It's like better gamed Halo, where running around and shooting and playing the game is more fun than Halo. But it has nothing else that Halo has. The parts that I like about Halo, its music, its art style, its storytelling. It doesn't have any of that. As well as it just feels like, I was saying to my friends, it feels like a bad cover song, you know? It's like you covered Halo, but you tried to make it exactly like Halo, and so it just feels like, why would I just not go play Halo? Like, I don't know. And even then, I'm like, Halo's fine. Like, I gameplay wise, I think Halo's a little boring, but everything else about Halo's pretty cool. And okay, and I'm saying every Halo Reach and before. I'm not talking about anything after that. I didn't play any of those, and they don't look good. I don't know why I'm on that now, but "'Tis just that all my friends have such interesting relationships, ones fraught with turmoil, feuding families, daggers at one another's backs, poison, mad siblings, and irate fathers with large swords. I have a lover whose family loves me and whom the world loves." She sighs again. "Ah, great source of annoyance. How I wish I could formulate some way to spice things up." Mort floats closer to you, whispering, "I feel sorry for her lover. He doesn't know how bad he has it. Shit like this is nothing but trouble." "I'm not sure. Some element of danger or jealousy. Something intense." "I could pretend to be a jealous suitor if you want." Juliet glances at you, then scoffs. "Oh, I highly doubt that. Actually, that idea is not half as addled as I first thought. Thou dost certainly look dangerous enough." She looks you in the eyes, appraising a horse. "Art thou as rugged and tough as thy appearance would indicate?" Yeah, I assure you." "Thou shalt do this for me, then?" "Oh, yeah, sure." "Excellent, my love. Montague may be found in the Civic Fest Hall. I thank thee."
Updated my journal.
Oh, well, let's go to the Civic Fest Hall. I knew it was Montague. "My dear Montague. I bite my thumb at thee, Montague."
I'm gone.
"Oh," he gives you a puzzled, slightly suspicious look. "Thou love her, so thou would fight me?" He studies you for a moment. "Thou art passionate about this matter, I see. Passion stems from love. Thou love her, and I could not deny her a love such as thine. I shall from this moment onward hold no claim on her. Thou may do as thy wish." "A ruse of what sort?" "Oh, did she think my love so boundless that I would engage in fisticuffs with a brutally scarred man of thy stature? Perhaps she thinks my devotion to her is a little high. So, what should be done about this ruse?" "I say ignore the chit. Act distant and unconcerned. That'll spice things up considerably." "Truly?" "Trust me, kid. My voices have like completely changed from last week. It's so funny. Trust me, kid. Start ignoring her, create some friction, leave them wondering, and they'll be clawing all over. To discover what the matter is. Right, Chief?" "Whoa, it's so early morning." "Yes." I like the sound of that very much." "And farewell to thee, sir. And farewell to thee as well, sir. Now, I've some things to attend to. Should we meet again, we might speak more of the matter." Montague bows and turns to leave. Hold on,
What's up?
What's up?
Yeah?
Yeah?
Huh?
Huh?
What?
What?
Sure, why
Wow.
not?
Done.
Yo-ho and blow me, Chief. If only I had a set of balls hanging from this
All right.
here neck of mine. My bony balls. Yeah? Done.
All right.
Done. I gotta, like, get back into it. Wait. I get this journal for Finham. Hold on. I also have... He's down here. He's this
Done.
guy, huh? He's this dude. My dear sir, I've seemed to have found...
I'm gone.
Never mind, I can't hand you your journal.
All
I
right.
do have it. Somebody wants it.
I'm gone.
Alright. It's Vivian. This tall, elegant woman, with her sharp features and regal demeanor, is a striking example of aristocratic beauty. Her clothes appear to be spun of silver thread, and a small file dangles from her necklace. Her only thing to do was ding-a-ling-dong by ding-a-lang-loo. My ding-a-ling-lang-long-loo, or something like that. She is perfumed with an exotic, erotic scent, or a scent that seems to draw you towards her. She looks you over, arching an eyebrow with what you sense to be disdain. Greetings. My name is Vivian, and am I to presume I am being summoned? Go on, then. Isn't she some historical figure? I can't quite recall. Who is she?
Updated my journal.
I hope she stays in the past, then. Night hags are foul creatures, besmirching all femininity everywhere in the plains. She suddenly pauses. You may wish to ask Yves. She knows all sorts of peculiar little tales. Peculiar. Man, two words that are hard to say. Femininity and peculiar. Besmirching. It's a lie. Go on, then. Aside from my work as a student here, I'm looking for something, actually. You would not happen to have smelled it, would you? Yes, I have a particular scent that seems to have gone wandering. 'Tis somewhat difficult to keep in one place. I hope that someone did not take it by accident, though you never know the ladies around here. So, by any chance, have you smelled it somewhere? She scowls for a moment and smiles at you. Yes, and I thank you for the compliment. You smell nice. Yeah. But I assure you, this particular aroma is nothing compared to my personal scent, she sighs. Vivian shakes her head. I had meant to infer that it had been taken. The ladies here are a bit jealous at times, and I've been known to take my various perfumes, they have been known to take my various perfumes for themselves. Oh, this time, though, someone has absconded with my own personal scent. I worked on that scent, perfected it, and now, poof, 'tis gone. I need not bear such annoyances. Vivian stomps her foot. I want that scent back, and I want it now. I can help. I can help. Vivian seems dubious. Dubious. Are you certain? I do not wish to impose.
Updated my journal.
Anna mumbles something angrily. You catch the words piking and idjit stick. Dude, let's go. Vivian smiles and nods to you. You are too kind. Very well. If you run across it, please let me know. I'm somewhat anxious to get it back. A one-of-a-kind scent, really. Nenny Nine Eyes. This petite, attractive young woman is smiling blissfully and humming to herself. Her wide, pale blue eyes seem to constantly drink in her surroundings as she looks about. Smiling one was there. My nose is so stuffed, man. The smiling young woman curtsies gracefully and looks up to you, smiling. Well met, good sir. I'm Nenny, and how are you this find? She suddenly notices your scars and places a gloved hand over her mouth. Oh my, you're hurt. She blinks. All over? Is Two-Face split all the way down? Mort spins around you, mocking the girl's obviousness. Powers above, Chief. She's right. I never noticed before. You're covered in scars. Please ask, she smiles giddily. I'm talking to you, silly, she giggles and pokes you in the belly. Just like I talk to all the patrons here, all the prostitutes do. That's what the brothel's about. Learning new ways to talk and share experiences with the experiences and understand other people. Sure I can. The brothel of slating intellectual lust is a school that is started by Mistress Fall from Grace. The prostitutes here, like me, are taught the ins and outs of talking to people, all to help us learn more about ourselves and others. I love it here. It's a non-stop wave of experiences crashing into me, filling my head with fresh new ideas. Mort mutters to himself, I guess it's a good thing that there's something in there. Please ask. I just can't say anything bad about anyone. I'm just no good at it. Oh, but I know she's a thief. But I don't know if she's a thief. Then he bites her lip and looks at you with pleading eyes, as she just wishes you to leave the topic alone. Oh, all right. Nettie puts her hands on her hips and frowns deeply, almost exaggeratedly. You resist the temptation to laugh. Oh, I dislike her very, very much. She pauses for a moment, then looks at you out of the corner of her eye, as if gauging your reaction. Was that convincing? Nettie frowns. I knew I wouldn't be any good at this. She looks up at you depressed. Do you know how hard it is to say bad things about someone? It feels so wrong. I suppose I could try. You big, mean, nasty brute. She puts her hands on her hips. Meanie. She looks at you. How was that? You big, mean, nasty brute. He clamps her hands over her mouth, looking shocked. Oh, I couldn't. I mustn't. How does one hit somebody anyway? And then he slaps you. You barely feel it. She looks shocked and frightened. She hurt you. Oh, I'm sorry. Did that hurt? Tell me you're okay. Oh. And then he draws her tiny frame to its full height, balls her hands in her fist, and puts them on her hips, and scrunches up her face in a cute scowl. Oh, damn be you. You deserve that for all the indignities you put me through. Going out late at night. Her eyes roam up and down your body. Getting into fights and getting all scarred up. What are the kids going to think, Oh, don't you excellent me like I'm some backlicker looking for your approval. I'm my own woman, and this woman's about to walk out of your life unless you get some solid commitment. I love role-playing, man. Fuck. Take this! She punches you again, and this! She punches you again, promptly turning into a little fist-flailing whirlwind. Nenny sighs tiredly. Whew! That was easier than I thought. And I'm sure I'll do better next time. I'm so excited to have learned something new. Thank you.
Updated my journal.
Maybe I saw that mean Marissa sneaking out of Vivian's room one night. Now, I'm not saying she took it, but I know Marissa's not a very nice person, and that she sounds suspicious, huh? I'd go ask her about it. Nenny nods at you. No, sorry, that's a great name, though, huh? I bet she's a really interesting person. Hey, you should ask Yves about her. Yves collects all kinds of stories. Alright, see you later. God, there's so many doors to go in. Eka? Isia? No, talk. Striking? Man, my nose is so stuffed. The striking young woman has skin the color of burnished copper. A translucent white dress held precariously by golden clasps is draped carefully over her shapely form. The woman nods and smiles briefly. The scent of her hair, sweetly perfumed, fills your nostrils. Who are you? She smiles and curtsies but offers no response. She shakes her head and smiles sadly.
Updated my journal.
I love this shit already. She pouts and shakes her head. She sighs softly and nods. I have like a tongue or something that's supposed to let people talk. Her eyes flash, and she smiles. She nods at you.
Updated my journal.
She simply looks at you. She shakes her head, shrugging, and gives you an apologetic look. Don't I have this? One of the prostitutes I met at the brothel has somehow lost her ability to communicate. She can't or won't even write or pantomime. Until she can speak again, I won't be able to question her. Let's quick save. The container's locked.
Hi?
Hi?
Right.
Right?
Done.
Done.
All right.
Ignis hears you.
Ignis. I gotta get all the voices back in my head. Ignis. Burn. I can't have both earphones on when I play this game. I have to hear myself.
What's up, Chief?
What's up, Chief? Whoa.
Ready.
Ready.
Endure. In
Endure.
enduring, grow strong.
I fart so loud, it can be heard across the plains. In chaos born from darkness comes something. I don't know what I'm talking about.
All right.
I'm gone.
I'm here.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Why not?
Why not? Lockpick succeeded. A gilded earring. A handkerchief. I don't want the handkerchief. I want your hanker captain. Nobody's ever made that joke before. More money.
Done.
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 Well, at least there's... Oh, there's a secret doorway here. Oh, shit. The brothel
I'm gone.
sellers. Well, hold on. Let me go back up. We'll check the brothel sellers out somewhere
gone.
in a moment. I need to find more people. Squinting at the figure behind the partition, you can barely make out a shapely female form in the darkness. She turns to you, but you can see nothing of her face. The figure answers in a voice that is slow and deadly, like a steel dagger drawn across stone. Yes, come to speak with Marissa, have you? Quite rude of you to enter a darkened room, storming behind my partition like so. Rude and foolhardy. You can hear a faint whispering sound like a slight breeze, or the hissing of serpents. Mort whispers quietly, "Whoa, creepy shit." The woman gives a slight, But it would seem there is someone in the room, wouldn't it? Shall you be on your way, then? Ask. To prevent any unwanted and embarrassing casualties. Now, what is it you want? Nay, and the addition of please will not serve to persuade me. Now, what do you want? Surely you do not come all this way to see me. You have no such want. What do you look like? The darkness hides us both. Let's make it a game. I'm frightfully bored. Let me guess. You are a human male? You think so? How could you not know? Truly, that's almost interesting. There's a sound of hissing in the darkness. Describe yourself for me. Very handsome. Indeed. She pauses for a moment. How were you so horribly scarred? Wait, never mind. I do not wish to know. Marissa describes herself as a shapely, pale-skinned, beautiful woman with a forked tongue, hair made up of writhing asps, and glowing eyes, which you assume she must be keeping shut.
Updated my journal.
Marissa laughs lightly, the sound accompanied by a slight hissing, "Oh, I am, and my merest glance turns living things to stone, from beings of flesh to statuary, with only the bat of an eyelash." I suppose I could. Had you a limb, you were I suppose I could. Had you a limb, and I were inclined to do so, and I might be so inclined. Had I my crimson veil, but I do not know where it is gone. Have you seen it, perchance? Not quite. It aids me in communication. Face-to-face communication, that is. Enough with these asinine questions. How tiresomely annoying you are. Now what do you want?
Updated my journal.
Yes, Echo Secunda. Yes, he disappeared inside of, whatever his fucking name was. Echo Secunda became... somebody, not Eugene Marmot, that fucking idiot, but, the other one, the researcher. I don't remember his name. Yes, Echo. I knew another Echo once, although her name was written differently. I know nothing of this girl, though. Ask Delora of her. She made friends of an old lover of Echo's, I have heard. Ask. No, I've not a clue.
Updated my journal.
Marissa says nothing, though an angry hissing issues from the darkness around her. Yes, I've been known to creep into Vivian's chamber for some of her perfumes, though I doubt you'll meet another here who hasn't. If you're implying that I've got her personal scent, well, feel free to sniff around. Sniff around. You'll not find it on me or in my chambers. I assure you, perhaps whoever took my crimson veil took Vivian's scent as well. Sitting here with my thoughts, listening to your voice, the silence of both of them, literal then figurative, is deafening. Oh, I think not. You would find them most unflattering at the moment. What is it you want? It is your wish that I... Is it your wish that I step away from this partition into some patch of light and speak to you face to face? Marissa laughs. There is the sound of scales sliding on scales. Nay, I think not. The darkness suits me and doubtless suits you as well. Nay, and the additioner, please. Okay. Let's circle back around here. I think I said something bad last time. You think so? That must be why I sit here alone, in the dark, hiding behind a partition. Though you can't see Marissa, you're certain she's sneering. That's why I read it like that, I knew it. She suddenly sighs. If only I knew where my crimson veil had gone. No, do you? You hear an annoyed sigh from the darkness. Go ask Yves. She collects many tales and can probably tell you something of use. Wait, I want Marissa in the party. Wait a minute. Marissa sounds fucking awesome compared to Fall from Grace. This alarmingly voluptuous woman has a thick mane of wavy raven-colored hair, bluish skin, and shimmering crimson eyes, like rubies, which have fires lit behind them. Though she's not beautiful in the typical sense of the word, her features are exotic and not altogether unattractive. The woman's voice is deep and serious. And my greetings to you, sir. Her burning eyes roam over you. I'm Kesai Ceres, so tell me, what might I do for you, Anything! Do anything you want to me! I gotta get this tattooed on my fucking forehead. Kesai laughs heartily, revealing canines long enough to be considered fangs. She shakes her head and smiles at Mort. Truly, though, please, what can I do for you? Talk, of course, usually about dreams, often those erotic in nature, but not always. Kesai winks at you, smiling. So, would you like to tell me yours? Don't be shy, I've heard everything, you know. Nothing will shock or surprise me, and I do so love to hear people's dreams. We can trade if you'd like. We can trade if you'd like to, but you must go first. My dreams were recently revised when I saw you, my lady. Don't say this shit in front of Anna. Kesai arches her eyebrows in surprise. Truly? How sad. Even fiends and devas dream, you know. Are you certain you don't? Too peculiar. I'm at a loss as to what to say. Yes, that's Echo. She's very sweet but so quiet. I understand that she said something once, which caused some great tragedy, and because of that, she'll never speak again. Kesai shrugs, smiling. An interesting enough story, but I don't know if it's true. Try asking Delora. I've seen her talking to an ex-lover of Echo, back from a time when Echo was speaking.
Updated my journal.
No, I haven't seen it since the last time she wore it out, but Nenny might have seen something, so try asking her. I'll admit she's been nice. Marissa won't leave her chamber. I'll admit it's been nice. Marissa won't leave her chambers without the veil, and so we've all been spared her foul tongue, leaving us only Kamaxi to deal with. Kesai smirks. That Kamaxi is the worst of the two, though. Marissa's haughty and mean, but Kamaxi, she's a bitter, spiteful monster of a woman, with a venomous tongue and the demeanor of a Balor. I can't see why anyone would like to speak with her. I sincerely doubt her appearance makes up for that flaying, poisonous mouth of hers, but she receives patrons nonetheless.
Updated my journal.
No, I don't. Kesai frowns. Most of the women will say she's prissy, but she's always been nice enough to me, complimenting me on my eyes, and she smells so good. I hope she finds her own scent again soon. Try asking Nenny about it. She's everywhere at once and might have seen something. She's everywhere at once and might have seen something. I knew it. Teh. Anna sneers, rolling her eyes. Idiot. And what is that supposed to mean, you pikin' tard? Did you think me jealous of this chatty tart, you sod? Anna spits and looks away from you. Yeah, that's about what I figured. Kesai Sarah shrugs and looks back at you. Why, thank you. You can see them glowing in the dark, you know. Bizarre, no? She pauses to look at you. You've some nice eyes, too. So dark and mysterious. So full of character. No, nothing. She narrows her red eyes at you. Of course, I'm sure. Don't ask me of her again. Kesai shakes her head. What can't you tell? She draws herself up, thrusting her ample bosom towards you. A woman! She's spitting. She raises an eyebrow. I can see my answer doesn't please you. I'm plain touched, actually, like your friend here. Kesai indicates Anna. That's all you need to know. Did she actually bow at me when I finished talking? That's kind of cool. I don't know if that's programmed or if that was just a coincidence of the idle animation.
Aye, what? Why not?
Why not? 46
All right.
copper commons. Blow it out your fucking ugly ass. This wild-looking tiefling girl meets your gaze with an angry scowl. Her tattooed body is practically naked, covered by only a narrow leather thong, a black cloth brassiere, and an armored shoulder pads that appear to serve more as decoration rather than actual protection. Her spiked hair, as well as the thin fur that covers her goat-like legs, is brassy white, and numerous silver rings dangle from her ears, nostrils, lips, and brow. She wears a leathery collar around her throat with the inscription, Kimaxi Addertongue. Kimaxi bares her teeth at you. And just what are you looking at, you banged-up sod? My friend thought you were attractive, but whoa! Was he ever horribly mistaken? She sneers at Mort, then looks below him. Where a body normally would be. Sharp tongue for a stemless deader. Let them keep at it. Like I'd let mine anywhere near if I had one. What did you hear the word, what did you hear the word brothel and think you could make some jink here, you flea-bitten gutter whore? Ha! Can't believe they even let you in the door, what with all those ticks hopping off your shaggy legs. Ticks? The only annoying insect around here is you. She suddenly turns to you. Hey, you're here to talk to me or what? Or what? What else can I do with you? What do you have in mind, you sodding job box? Go ahead, give me a reason to say no to you. I'm a practitioner of abuse. Who could have foreseen this? What does that mean? I'll show you. Her hand lashes out to slap your face, but you manage to barely dodge the blow. Kimaxi pouts visibly, then scowls. Oh well. She raises her eyebrows. Now that's an unusual request. I don't know, it seems pretty foul-mouthed already. Heh, he seems pretty foul-mouthed, Kimaxi. Bladdered dung, you scruffy goat-gammed harlot. You wish you had legs like mine, you pitiful wretch of a bone box. I can walk, run, dance. What do you do? Bob around wishing you had a pair of goats or otherwise? Or had a pair, goats or otherwise? The two of them lay into one another, exchanging barbed, blistering insults, and clashing with razor-edged tongues. At last, the two stop bickering. An eerie silence settles over them as they eye one another hatefully. Finally, the tiefling makes a grudging admission to Mort. You're not bad, really. You're not bad, really. Not bad at all. Better than you, perhaps? Mort waggles his eyebrows at you. At her. Eh? Kimaxi narrows her eyes at Mort. Don't push it, Skull.
New taunts, all right.
I don't know what unlocking new taunts from Mort actually does, but it does sound fun. That's like something we can do, you know? Gotta drink some more water. I won't, Tiefling. I will admit I might have learned a thing or two, though. Good thinking, Chief. Kimaxi turns to you. So was that all you wanted? I'm not spending any more time near you than I have to. Can't read this morning. I can't read today. What the hell's wrong with me? The tiefling rolls her eyes. And what makes you think I care? Why don't you lick my backside? My tongue's not wide enough. You don't have to leave. You don't have to. The last one is whatever, okay? Like, it's. Well, you seem to have the taste of offal in your mouth. Well, you seem to like the taste of offal in your mouth, you dung-breathed cretin. Jesus Christ. Kiss me? She makes a retching sound. I'd rather kiss a bloody mass of phlegm than lay my lips on you. No thanks. Oh my god. Kamaxi looks at a loss for something to say. For an instant, a smile threatens to crack the grimacing mask of her face. Then she becomes more of a basilisk than ever. All right, what do you want of me? She looks annoyed. Fine. Fine, whatever. Ask. What, that Echo chick? Don't know anything about her. Don't talk to the girl. I mean, why? Not like she can talk back. Ask Frigid Delora about her. I think I saw her playing. Playing Go with an old... Fuck. I think I saw her playing Go with an old crush of Echo's back when she could talk. Everybody seems to say the same thing. She smirks. Up your arse, perhaps. Hells, I don't know. Kamaxi smooths back her hair, which instantly springs back up into a spiky mess. What would I know about her? I look like a scholar or something to you? Go ask someone more learned. Or Yves. She probably have at least one story about her in that pile of tales she carries about in her bone box. Oh, and squat on that halberd while you're at it. And squat on a halberd while you're at it. That's great. That's a great fucking... I like the halberd in Dark Souls 1 is one of the best weapons you can use because you can make it a crystal weapon and then it does a lot of damage and it does a really good running attack that hits a couple times. Alright. Do you have anything I could steal in your room? You do.
What you be wanting now?
What you be wanting
Why not?
now? What you be wanting now? Woo! I didn't do any vocal warm-ups this morning. I'm all fucked up. Hold on.
Aye?
Not that I do vocal warm-ups.
Might as well.
Well, anymore.
All right.
Alright. We already talked to Vivian. There's Yves. This fetching young woman has a faraway look in her soft, sea-green eyes. Greetings, I'm Yves, the tail chaser. What a coincidence. I too chase tails. Yves continues, unperturbed. Have you come to trade tales? Yves nods. I would like that very much. Yves leans forward as you tell her the tale of a hidden nation of undead, ruled by a corpse who hasn't spoken in 1,000 years. She seems to devour your every words. As you finish, she smiles at you. I shall remember this tale, and now I have one for you, the petitioner at the gate. It was far after peak when the distant pounding was heard at the gates of the prison. Karis, the old mercy killer known to the faction, dragged himself from the post, making his way down the hall to the great gates that separated the punished from the outside world. The pounding did not fade as he reached the gate and spoke to it. He called out and received no answer. He opened the gate, far from feeling caution, but a strange, compelling sensation. A haggard figure was on bent knees just beyond the door. Her hands were bloody from where they had been pounding against the gate, and her breath came in labored gasps. As the flickering light from the interior prison chambers labored across the cobbles, she glanced up at the mercy killer who stood framed in the doorway and began to sob with relief. He felt himself mirrored in all but his gender as he stared at the woman, and he was stirred by her presence. Karis found himself unsure of what to say, so he simply waited for the woman to provide an explanation. She did. It was a simple statement, but of utmost importance, and it made Karis, whose knees ached painfully with every movement, bend down and help the woman to her feet. He brought her in from the outside, guiding her gently to the passage beyond. She had said an injustice had been done, and that it was all that Karis needed, and that was all that Karis needed to hear. In the end, it came to pass that she could not fulfill her duty as a fury. A man guilty of as a fury, yeah. For a man guilty of blood crime had died unpunished. She begged Karis and the Mercy Killers for aid, and so they executed her. She had failed in her charge. Echo, Yves frowns. I once heard a tale of a girl who knew the word that, if spoken, would undo the multiverse. Perhaps this is Echo. Ask Delora, though. I understand that she sometimes meets with the one who knew Echo before she stopped speaking. Everybody says the same thing about that. You know where Vivian's scent might be? Yves shakes her head. Speak with Nenny. Eve shakes her head. But Marissa is an interesting tale. Would you hear it? Once upon a time, in a world of heroes and a time of petty, childish gods, there were 3 sisters, cursed by a hideous appearance. They were considered demons by the people of the land and forever shunned. One missed her sisters terribly, yet left that world with its shame behind, but exchanged the pettiness of a pantheon for the pettiness of self. Yves nods. Yes, but she and I no longer speak, just as I shall speak of her, just as I shall speak no more of her. God damn. Oh, my eyes are not working today. When do they ever work? Why are you called the Tail Chaser? Once upon a time, a girl came to an oracle who was rumored to know many things and asked of it a boon. Her life was in need of direction, so she asked this oracle as to what would give her purpose. Now, the oracle was not evil, but it was vague and tended towards drink, which caused it to be obscure in many matters of judgment and focus. Its only answer to the girl's question was that it was within one story that she would hear in her lifetime was Fuck me, I can't read, bro. Its only answer to the girl's question was that within one story that she would hear in her lifetime was the truth that she sought. The girl went off and collected stories, which she chases to this day, not knowing which of the thousands hold the truth. Such is the danger of a foolish question and the wisdom of an unspoken one. The tale of Ravel Puzzlewell, frightener of children, begins and ends with a question: what can change the nature of a man? Many were the times she posed this riddle to those who approached her, those who sought to glean from her the strange magics that she alone seemed to possess. All attempted to answer her query, but to no avail. And they found the price of their wrong answer to be some horrible fate, always more terrible than the last victims. To recount their various torments would be to speak of things that nightmares are woven from. The tale strikes me in this way. Ravel herself knew not the answer to this question, but she lusted for such an answer. Only the why of the matter remained in question. Why did the nature of a man matter to one of the Grey Sisters, especially to one of such power as Ravel? It is said that she put the question to the Lady of Pain, not directly, but shouted it to Siegel herself, daring for the lady to answer. When no reply was forthcoming, she wove terrible magics that threatened to open the cage and let the fury of the plains roll like a wave. She received no answer other than banishment. To this day, no one knows the answer to Ravel's question, and now there is no one to petition, for Ravel herself is gone, lost to the plains.
Updated my journal.
Wait, there is more. Though my tale ends with Ravel's demise, there are some that claim the hag still lives. There is a silent prostitute here who once talked of such things, but she speaks no longer. If she would speak to you, she might tell you more of Ravel. Alright, we already know about that.
Done.
Done. We're starting to hit a point where I am starting to not remember what's in here anymore. This is a passionate, steamy, and rather graphic love letter. Who it's to and whom it's from, however, are quite vague. Yves leans forward as you tell the tale of your waking in the dustman's mortuary. She seems to devour your every word. As you finish, she smiles. I shall remember this tale. I, too, will tell a tale of the dustman, chapters of dust. There are chapters in the Dead Book, the massive tome which the dustmen keep that records the passage of all that lives into the eternal boundary. In this book, there are chapters that are not but dust, and it is believed that the names therein are lost souls who cannot die, but must suffer life eternally until history itself dies and grants them release. Yves leans forwards as you tell the tale of the alley giving birth. She seems to devour your every word. As you finish, she smiles. She sells seashells by the seashore. Fucking hickory dickory dock, the clock climbed up my cock, the mouse is 2 and you are blue, and we all lived happily ever after. And now I have one for you. Buck, as you finish, she smiles at you. I shall remember this tale, and now I have one for you. Before I begin, I must ask, do you know what a modron is? Then I shall tell you the tale of the cock and the quadron. Once upon a time there existed a modron. It was newly created, its logic fresh and untested, and it had come to Siegel following the commands of its modron superiors. It knew nothing but commands and dictates of obedience and it knew nothing but commands and dictates of obedience and passing along the orders of its superiors. For you see, modrons are only aware of the commands of its immediate superiors. They have no grasp of a higher authority until this one. One day it came upon a small shop, within which there was a small clock that could no longer tell time. It was cracked along the edges, the wheels of its hands broken. The modron immediately set itself to work at getting the parts to fix the broken clock. It made a new wooden housing for the clock's parts, replaced the bent springs, carefully filed and oiled the clockwork machinery, and carved new hands from the sparse metal available to it. The newly repaired clock's precise ticking reminded it of the great gears of Mechanus, and it confronted it as much as anything may and it comforted it as much as anything may comfort a modron. And what the modron never came to understand was that it truly loved this clock, and that it had worked on. Blah, 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 blah. I can't fucking read, man. What is wrong with me today? And what the modron never came to understand was that it truly loved this clock that it had worked on, and for reasons it could not explain, elected to remain in Siegel and be with this clock for the rest of its years. Why do I have to tell a story? An elderly man was sitting alone in the dark path, right? He wasn't certain of which direction to go, and he'd forgotten both where he was traveling to and who he was. He sat up and down for a moment. He'd sat down for a moment to rest his weary legs, and suddenly looked up to see an elderly woman before him. She grinned toothlessly and with a cackle spoke. "Now's your third wish. What will it be?" Third wish? The man was baffled. How can it be a third wish if I haven't had a first and a second wish? "You've had 2 wishes already," the hag said, "but your second wish was for me to return everything to the way it was before you had made your first wish. That's why you remember nothing, because everything is the way it was before you made any wishes." She cackled at the poor Burke. "So it is that you have 1 wish left." "All right," said the man. "I don't believe this, but there's no harm in wishing. I wish I know who I am." "Funny," said the old woman, and she granted his wish and disappeared forever. "That was your first wish." Yves smiles. "An interesting tale, Mort. And now I have one for you and your companion, the Fiend's Game." God, we're gonna talk to this lady for hours. "A fiend sometimes wandered the wilderness of a certain prime world, in the guise of a friendly old man. One day he came upon some hunters in this wood." In the wood, not this wood. "What are you doing?" the fiend asked. The hunters told him, and the fiend nodded. "I have never been on a hunt before." The hunters invited the old man to come along, and the group eventually came upon a glade where several deer were gazing. The hunters carried crossbows but did not fire, and the fiend asked them why. "They are unarmed," the hunters chuckled, patting their crossbows. "We hunt nothing that does not have the ability to defend itself. After all, what is the sport in that?" The fiend nodded at this, and promptly gated the 3 of his fellows. Gated in 3 of his fellows. Promptly gated in 3 of his fellows. I don't understand this. The hunters led them on a merry chase, but eventually they were caught and eaten. The fiend decided to hunt these guys. I get it. "I am no good at telling such a things, I'm not." She frowns and waves her hands as if trying to shoo away the idea. "Don't be asking me for such nonsense now." Eve smiles at Anna. "But I would very much like to hear your story." Come on already, fiendling. You already have one tail you won't part with." Anna looks uncomfortable, her tail lashing slowly back and forth. "Well, I know one story." She suddenly becomes angry, glaring at Yves. "But you might not like it. You won't be so, you won't do— Fuck, I can't read, man. "But you might not like it. You won't, so don't be blaming me for choking it out of me." Anna scowls and finally relents with an exasperated sigh. "I heard a story when I was a wee lass. This Burke's walking home real late near Ante Peak and passes an old toothless crone in a dark and otherwise empty street. 'Where you going?' she asks him. 'Home to me wife and kip,' he says. 'Near the slags?' she asks him. 'Sure enough,' he says. So she asks him for a favor, to take a box she's got to the debtor's pit and give it to the woman there. Now this Burke's a real sap, too nice to say no despite the fact that something's not quite right about this old crone, and agrees. But what's the woman's name, he asks. Where does she live? And where should I look for her? If she's not by debtor's pit? The woman hands him the box, a wooden thing wrapped in colored cloth, and tells him to just go and she'll be there. Finally, she warns him, and whatever he does, do not open the box. So he takes it home with him and hides it in the rafters, thinking he'll bring it by the debtor's pit when it's light out. His wife, though, seeing him hide in the box, gets right jealous, thinking it's a gift for a lover or something, and opens it up as soon as he's not looking. Well, turns out the box was full of gouged out eyes and several male members with the hair still on 'em. Awesome. Her screaming brought the Burke running. He remembered what the crone said and got right scared and wrapped the box back up. He went out straight away to Debtor's Pit, and sure enough, there was another old hag waiting for him there. He hands her the box, and she says to him, the box has been opened and looked into. The poor Burke tries to deny it, but she gets this dreadful look on his face. You've got something horrible, she tells him, then disappears. You've done something horrible, she tells him, then disappears. That done, he hurries back to his kip. He's a-feeling ill when he gets back and takes to bed, his wife bitterly regretting opening the box and all. But it was too late. The next day he died of rotten disease, and the first thing that got to go was his eyes and stem. Anna nods grimly, and her tale completes. Yves smiles. It was a wonderful tale, Anna. You should never hesitate to share it. Now I've one for you and your companion, the parched land. Once a large village was struck by a terrible drought. A farmer journeyed to the worshipping stone, and again implored it to the cause of the drought. He asked the stone why it did nothing when the fields were parched and dying. Why the animals and the people suffered while the stone did not a thing. Have we not given enough offerings? The farmer asked, begging almost upon his hands and knees. But the stone did not respond. It merrily sat and cast its shadow. Because it's a stone. Dakin nods solemnly. I shall impart the tale of Achali drowning. Dakin tells the story of Achali, a foolish Githzerai of myth who had become lost in the chaos of limbo. Normally, a single Githzerai may use their focus of mental discipline. I can't read, my guy. Normally, a single Githzerai Normally, a single Githzerai may use their focus and mental discipline to form the chaos around them into a small, habitable environment. Achali, however, asked so many useless and unfocused questions in her quest to return home that her isle of matter dissolved around her, and she drowned. Yves smiles. Fascinating, Dakin. Let me share with you and your companions another version of your tale that I have heard. Dakin looks attentive and perhaps a little surprised. Yves goes on to tell a different version of Dakin's tale, in which Achali was driven from the Githzerai city of Shra Katlor for her constant useless prattling. One day she encountered a Sladdy on his way to the spawning stone. She hastily erected a wall of chaos matter, which even the ravenous Sladdy found difficult to break down. Hungrily, it waited and spoke to her through the wall. She asked it questions, and she became more absorbed in the pointless queries and the Saladri's answers. Her own wall decayed and collapsed upon her. Thus she drowned in the matter of limbo. I can't have Ignis. That's annoying. Alright, well.
All right.
We gotta talk to Delora now. This dark-haired, pale-skinned woman has a cultured, refined look about her. As she turns to you, you note her eyes, which you had previously thought to be gray, are the color of brushed steel. The woman's voice is soft, calm, and without inflection. It has a certain faraway quality, as if somehow not attached to her. Greetings. I'm called Delora. May I serve you somehow? It's the same fucking voice I did for the last lady, but what am I gonna do, okay? In what ways? She blinks her eyes and touches her hand to her heart, bowing her head slightly. I am able to debate any scholarly or academic matter quite proficiently. If that is what you wish, I am also well versed in various games of strategy, should you wish to play something. though I have the materials for such few games here, or such games here. Delora casts her eyes to the floor with a sound that might be a sad sigh. I am willing to serve you as a patron, but I have no wish to answer other questions at this time. My apologies, but I fear you shall simply have to bear with that for the time being.
Updated my journal.
She looks up from the floor into your eyes. Once more, you're struck by the pale smoothness of her skin, the cold depths of her silvery eyes. No, I fear not. My troubles are a matter of the heart. In time, I think all things shall be resolved. Certain? Delora pauses as if thinking. No, I'm not. My first love, Merriman, possesses still the keys to my heart. So long he has them, I shan't be free to love another. Or so long as he has them, I shan't be free to love another. This is the cause of my melancholy.
Updated my journal.
Delora nods and the slightest hint of a smile appearing on her lips. She bows her head. Were you to find and speak with Merriman, I would be most grateful. He is a member of the Society of Sensation. So you may wish to ask him at the Civic Fest Hall. Ask for him. All right. Off we go to the Civic Fest Hall. And then I'm going to get more coffee after we talk to him. Oh, woe betide this thorn in my side.
Done.
Mertwin. Quisai. Merriman is this man who is not very merry. Unlike the name, I am not. Fuck off, loser. That's what he says every time you go talk to him. Yes, I know. This is one of those games that's hard to, like... I always want to, like, talk and say some dumb shit and come up with things to talk about. Like, oh, you know, in my garden the other day, I was doing this stuff. But it's hard because every 30 seconds, I'm, like, reading out, like, a goddamn book. Merriman eyes you suspiciously. That's so? And what? Well... She told you that, eh? I'm surprised. Perhaps leaving her under Mistress Grace's tutelage did what I couldn't. Started to develop her feelings. In any case, he pats the pocket on his tunic. I won't just give you. I won't just give you the key. Fuck! I can't read. Oh! I won't just give the keys to you. He nods. That they are. Delora is a construct, and you know that? A creature of sorcery and clockwork mechanics she is. And one of me finest creations. Merriman sighs. But cold, without emotion or character. I brought her to the brothel and set her so that she could not leave, in the hopes that the constant contract with so many others would begin to develop her own personality. The keys are the tools used to set her. She wants them because she feels that they're limiting her personal growth now, I suspect. Merriman scowls. Because I become a cruel and bitter old man who sees he can get something out of you. I want to forget. I've lived almost 150 years now, and I've seen every sensory stone. I've seen every sensory stone I've carried. Is this supposed to be carried? I've carried into this grand hall. I've little time left to live, and I'm too weak to go out in search of wholly new experiences. So I need to find a way to forget them all. That way I can start again in my final days. Me when I want to play games again. Although I'm blessed with the ability to forget a lot of stuff. I relish in the fact that I forget everything and I'm kind of dumb, you know? It's kind of nice.
Updated my journal.
No, you bloodthirsty lummox. Lamo. I need something. I know it's lummox. I need something, some item, some concoction that'll allow me to forget, like a drought of the river Styx or something like that. Merriman takes the mug and removes a piece of paper from his pocket. He tilts the mug back and takes the ice into his mouth. It melts instantly, leaving him with a somewhat startled expression.
Updated my journal.
Merriman looks at you, confused, then at the paper in his hands. He reads aloud, "Congratulations, Merriman. You begun again. Thanks to the man in front of you. Thank the man in front of you and give him the key in your pocket. Speak to Splinter, the man by the door to the building, for more information." He looks at you again. "Well, I would seem I owe you a thanks, good sir. Here, take this key. I'd best find this Splinter fellow and find out what's going on." There we go.
I'm
So
gone.
that's what the cup... That was a... It's funny that we solved that puzzle before we got to talk to this guy.
Done.
I assume the fiend tongue is also going to need to be used. I got to help this mime outside at some point as well. I'm going to go get some more coffee. Let's just hand this back to her
Alright.
and see what she has to say. Delora. Delora's eyes flash as she sees you. "Did you find him? Has he agreed to return the keys to my heart?"
Updated my journal.
"At last." She takes the keys from your grasp. Her hand brushes against yours. Her skin is dry, but icy to the touch, like cold metal. "These will be of great use to me. I thank you." "I will assume you mean her personal scent, which she alleges has been stolen from her by one of the prostitutes here. I do not know with whom it now rests. You may wish to ask Nenny, however, as she sees much of what occurs here." Vivian utilizes an aspect of the art to create, change, and enhance the olfactory aspects of an object, living or dead. Perhaps the thief knows some of these skills as well. Her scent would have to rest in an object, however, and not on the thief, were that the case. Rest in an object, however, and not on the thief. Were that the case, else Vivian would know them by their smell. "Of course, I will answer what I can." Delora shakes her head. "I've not seen Marissa's veil since the last time she wore it outside her chambers. That was some time ago." She shuts her eyes for a moment and speaks again. "Nenny sees much of what goes on here. You might do well to ask her if she's seen anything that might help you. I have a feeling that all the locked boxes in Nenny's room are going to have all these items." She shakes her head. "I fear you are mistaken. Unless this is a most recent development, there is no 10th student." Delora blinks. "Merriman never told me such regarding my construction. I know little of the inner workings of my body, much as you likely know little of yours. Outwardly, though, I am a human woman in all respects, save for the texture and temperature of my flesh. Does that satisfy your curiosity? Its functions are as much as a mystery to me as any human's. When I first came to this place, I did not understand emotions, nor have any of my own. I have feelings now, though I am only beginning to understand them. I can only assume that Merriman made the keys so that there would be no risk of me drawing away from him before he had tired of his experiment. Now that they are in my possession, I'm free to develop and possess my own emotions." Its functions, well, I have other questions. I need to know about this lady.
Updated my journal.
Yes, her name is Echo. Her voice, and in fact her every means of communication, was stolen and destroyed. Echo's words once wooed away the paramour of the godling Faramisha. Faramisha, in a jealous rage, tore away Echo's voice, sealed it within the crystal within a crystal vial and hurled it into the Megalogalamandra's maw. Megalogalamandra's maw. Echo's voice is forever lost to her. Only another new voice could return to her the ability to communicate once more. I know this because I spoke to Faramisha's paramour myself once. I know that she was, or is, should she still be numbered among the living, a night hag of great power and inestimable evil. Yeah, inestimable? Inestimable? What the fuck is this word? Inestimable. Like estimated, estimable, unestimable, inestimable. Never really heard it said like that before, or seen that word before. The Lady of Pain banished her to an extra-dimensional prison for crimes against the city of Seagull. You would do well to speak to Yves of her. She knows a great many tales and can likely tell you ravels.
I feel stronger.
I feel stronger. Keep leveling our wisdom. We gotta get it to level 24.
My blade has shifted.
Your blade has shifted. That's cool. Just add a bunch of identifiers. I don't really care about much else. Then we have a 4th level spell, but we can't use it. Alright. Advanced an attribute score to 25. Achievement unlocked. It's only 25 because we have tattoos that give us stuff. I should go look at maybe getting some more tattoos. Let's come in here.
Ready. Might as well.
Updated my journal.
I'll bet I do. I saw that nasty Kimasax. I saw that nasty Kimasix. Kimaxi? Fuck me, I can't say her name. I bet I do. I saw that nasty Kimaxi Addertongue sneaking out of Marissa's room one night. They're both meanies, you know, but Kimaxi's really awful. Anyway, I'd talk to her first.
All right.
She's over here. Let's go talk to her. I know I gotta get coffee. I know. Kimaxi flies in rage. Who told you that? She suddenly falls silent, glaring at you through narrowed eyes. If I was there, Burke, I didn't take her filthy veil. Search my room if you like. I'd catch you sniffing at my britches, though, I'll see you never allowed in here again.
Updated my journal.
Beats me. Someone nicked more than a few pair of them, though. My favorite leather brassiere, too, with iron studs. She humps angrily. This gentleman is unremarkable, save that he has a black eye, as if he'd been struck in the face. He bows slightly as you approach him. Yes, go on. Oh, this. Long story, sir. One you would not be interested in. Oh, no, you've got to tell us now. The man sighs, rolling his eye. His eyes. Very well, but I shan't be made to divulge the details. Despite my earlier remark upon the tale's length, I might sum it up in 2 words. Yes. Camaxi Addertongue. The man sighs dreamily. Wonderful, is she not? He suddenly snaps to attention. But wait! Do not take my utterance of affection, good sir. I'm engaged to be wed, after all, to a woman I well and truly love. But Camaxi, she's so different to speak with. He smiles at you. No, I do not. I must confess, though, that Marissa frightens me somewhat. I fear that something terrible waits within her chambers, and that she is merely humoring me until she tears me apart. I, for one, will be glad when she has her veil, and will meet patrons outside of her darkened room once more. She lost her scent? How odd. I passed her only hours ago, and she smelled quite nice, as she usually does. Of course, in fact, I'm unsure if I've ever been around a woman with a more enticing fragrance. Is it indeed? I had no idea such a thing was possible. Well, I certainly hope she gets it back. Farewell. Some random boob. We talk to these Modrons. This strange cubic creature seems to be as much a machine as it is organic. As you approach the thing, it silently stares at you with wide, unblinking eyes. Its face hasn't the slightest trace of emotion on it. Its voice has a metallic, reverberating quality to it, as if it were more a sound played out on some warped musical instrument than true speech. Your greetings is returned. There's a soft click as the creature blinks. An awkward silence hangs in the air between the two of you. Identify yourself to us. The opinion of the subject is to importance of its identity is irrelevant. We consider the identity of the subject to be important. Thus, for all intents and purposes, it is important. We would know why this is. All things should have a name. All things should be identified. We find your answer unsatisfactory, but it shall have to suffice for the present. The creature pauses and blinks at you. We would identify ourselves as Modron's quadrone type winged variant to the subject. The subject is free to ask a question. We do not. If you are not currently in the process of doing so, we would suggest the methodical approach and questioning of each of the inhabitants of this building. Have you considered fucking asking questions, you incompetent boob? Alright, let's go downstairs. I'm gonna save the game. I will be right back. Oh, I gotta get some more coffee. Oh, if I even have any more coffee. It's also really goddamn warm in here, man. Oh, okay. Ow. My knees hurt. I'm all sore. Damn, it is warm in here. Alright, I turned the fan on. Whoa. More coffee. Fan is on. Ooh. Okay, what is going on down here? This grayish-white stone, held in a mesh of engraved silver bands, pulses with light. Something was once inscribed into its base, but the writing has been scoured away.
Updated my journal.
In my journal, I wrote in it. I found a hidden chamber beneath the brothel that contained a number of glowing stones, 10 in fact. One of them was blank. Something had once been inscribed upon its base, but had been scoured away. This translucent indigo stone, held in a mesh of engraved silver bands, pulses with a deep blue light. Inscribed into its base is the word Juliet. Also, oh, that's a statue. This brilliant red stone, held in a mesh of engraved silver bands, pulses with fiery crimson light. Inscribed into its base is the word Nenny. This translucent green stone, held in a mesh of engraved silver bands, pulses with bright green light. Inscribed into its base is the word Echo. I see. This bluish-purple stone, held in a mesh of engraved silver bands, pulses with soft lavender light. Inscribed into its base is the word Vivian. This violet stone, held in a mesh of engraved silver bands, pulses with deep purple light. Inscribed into its base is the word Marissa. Whoa!
This transparent bluish-white stone, held in a mesh of engraved silver bands, pulses with soft blue light. Inscribed into its base is the word Kazai Saris.
You know, it really it's like music. It depends on how you read it.
This reddish-orange stone, held in a mesh of engraved silver bands, pulses with warm orange light. Inscribed into its base is the word Delora.
Who the fuck are you? This man looks slightly puzzled. Nods as you approach. Greetings, sir. Might I ask how you came to be here? I'd best work on concealing it a bit better then. He shrugs and smiles. I'm the brothel's caretaker, by the way. You're not supposed to be down here, really, but it's all right if you look about for a bit. He smiles nervously. I really shouldn't even allow you down here, let alone be chatting with you. Please, no questions for now. It's where the ladies' sensory stones are kept. They use them as diaries of sort. You won't be able to use them, if that's what you're thinking. Each of them is attuned to one particular student of the brothel, so that only she may access the stone.
Updated my journal.
This amber-colored stone, held in a mesh of engraved silver bands, pulses with soft yellow light. Inscribed into its base are the words Kamaxi Addertongue. And let me guess, this is Fall from Grace here. This clear stone, held in a mesh of engraved silver bands, pulses... No, this is Yves. Damn, I can't... There's no description for this. Well, we have something that could potentially give What's-Her-Face her voice back. So let's talk to Echo again. Maybe we can get something out of that.
All right.
She not in here? She in this room? This is Nine Eyes' room. She's in this room? Where is Echo? Where'd she go? She must be just wandering. There she are.
Updated my journal.
She nods, smiling pleasantly.
Updated my journal.
She nods vigorously, clasping her hands together and smiling at you. She shakes her head, and her face wrought with frustration. She suddenly looks at you pleadingly, as if expecting an answer. Echo nods to you slowly, smiling at you with eyes full of gratitude.
Updated my journal.
She raises an eyebrow and gives you a skeptical look. She nods and takes the bottle from you. She gingerly picks out the severed tongue from the briny solution, and after staring at it for a moment in disgust, places it into her mouth. Suddenly her eyes widen, and there is a burst of reddish light from between her lips. Echo opens her mouth, closes it, then opens it once more, and speaks. I can speak again. Oh, joy!
Oh, then damn thee to the darkest pits, thou stench-ridden worm, kneel before me in supplication, insect.
Yikes. Echo yelps and covers her mouth with both hands, her eyes wide with panic.
Updated my journal.
She slowly takes her hands away from her mouth, nodding. It seems I must
Devour thy frail shell and consign thy soul to the abyss for all eternity. Thou shalt serve in my battle thrall till the plains grind to a halt. Thou art mine.
Echo shuts her mouth again and begins to softly, quietly weep.
Updated my journal.
She nods, smiling, and takes the vial from you. Echo places a few of the sparkling blue drops on her tongue. I believe the tears are working. Yes, they are. I can speak in my own voice once more. Oh, how I thank you. Echo squeezes your hand and bows her head gratefully, her eyes welling with tears of joy. I had some questions, she nods. Echo nods and lowers her voice. In fact, I do. Not only does she exist, she has children.
Updated my journal.
One of them is here at times. Kesai Saris. She is a child of Ravels, though she is loath to accept the fact. Who could blame her? She pauses for a moment, thinking. I've never gotten her to admit it, though. I'm sure it is true. No, I've no idea. Have you spoken to Nenny? She's always wandering about, taking in everything with those wide eyes of her. Same thing. I know of no 10th student. Perhaps she is new? If there is another, I've not met her. Who would be the 10th student? I mean, I need to find the veil and have I not searched all these rooms? Why did he close the door when he left?
Updated my journal.
I do not know, but I, for one, would not be surprised. For Hera's sake, look at the girl. Ask Juliet, though. The two of them were once friends before Montague came along. Alright, well, let's go talk to Juliet. There's a lot of, like, running back and forth and talking to these characters. Which I did actually need to come back and talk to you again anyway. Juliet looks at you hopefully. Well, anything? Juliet looks shocked. He said what? How could I have been so... Oh, it would appear as if my relation had the troubles I so desired, and I merely missed them all in my melancholy. Juliet rolls her eyes. Oh, go on if thou must.
Updated my journal.
Ravel? Ah, I thought I might have heard that name before. I know not the truth of it, but I have heard such a rumor. Thou may wish to ask Camaxi Addertongue that very same question. They are half-sisters, thou see. Juliet shakes her head. Such a pity, too. Poor woman, I will admit I've crept into her chambers at times to apply a drop or two of her perfumes. But for one to be so bold as to make off with Vivian's own personal scent, unbearably rude. In any case, ask young Nenny of it. She's always flitting about, watching everyone. Oh, who would ever wish to find the thing? I, for one, hope that unmannerly and utterly disagreeable woman is confined to her chambers until I am well and gone from this place. But to answer thy question, no, I've not seen it, nor do I know where it might be. Nenny might, though. She's forever wandering about, watching everything. Oh, shit, I wasn't done talking to you. Come here. I have no idea whom you are speaking. Eve smiles pleasantly. No.
Updated my journal.
Once upon a time, an elderly man from the clerk's ward vanished, and his body could not be found. To conceal it, the murderer buried him beneath another body in the cemetery. A diviner told of where the body could be found, and so they dug and uncovered a body, but not that of the elderly man. They were confounded. They were forced to release the man, and it was not until they continued to dig to rebury the older man's body that they found the second body. Sometimes one must dig deeply to find the truth. Oh, it's you again. Just can't get enough of me, huh? She looks annoyed. Fine. Whatever. Ask. Yes, I'm related to that chubby, mewling, hook-nosed daydreamer. Same father, different mothers. So? She shrugs. Far as I know, yes. She looks suddenly suspicious. Why? Yes, she's hiding under my bed. Go ahead, get down on all fours and check. I shan't kick you, really. As you look beneath Camaxi's bed, nothing's there, of course. You become aware of her standing behind you. I couldn't. It's just too easy. Get up, you poor stupid debtor. There is no 10th student. Not quite troubled. I'm merely trying to puzzle out a way to win against Delora. No, I do not. Anything else? That's the wrong question. No, I haven't spoken to Vivian in some time. I was unaware that she had even lost it. Blah, blah, blah. No, I had understood there only to be 9. Come on, Chief. We're in a building full of some of the sexiest chits this side of the multiverse, and you're stopping to talk to Modrons? Mort makes a noise of utter disgust. What's there to say? Annoying little clockwork pests. They're always working to impose law and order upon the multiverse. Not good, mind you, just law. Let's just forget about them and go chat up the ladies, eh? Its voices of metallic, blah, 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 blah. We've already had some questions. Do you know about this? We do not. If you are not currently in the process of doing so, we suggest the methodical approach and questioning of each of the inhabitants of this building. This dashing nobleman eyes your appearance with an air of contempt. I'm here to speak with the ladies, sir, and not to one such as yourself. I certainly hope you hadn't planned on pestering me with questions and the like. The nobleman narrows his eyes. I do not care. Not a whit. Now away with you. Go on. Leave me be. He closes his eyes and exhales slowly, as if to calm himself. If such an act is required to rid myself of you, then so be it. If you would be so kind, sir, I would most humbly ask that you leave my side and seek conversation elsewhere. I guess there is stuff in this room I haven't looted yet.
I'm here.
I'm sure once I find
Might as
one
well.
piece... Damn.
Done.
Still have yet to find... I mean, we have something here to interact with. As you make to search the armoire, its handles suddenly yank out of your grasp as the drawers slam themselves shut. A disdainful humph issues from the cabinet. Hello, indeed. The armoire gives another humph. So what have we here? A rogue after some lady's frilly undergarments, hmm? You talk? Do I? Why, yes, I do. I'm Lewis, and who are you? Thoughtless, uncouth fellow rummaging around in other people's things? Well, sir, if you must know, I'm being an armoire. But why are you being an armoire? I happen to have become an armoire because I want to be an armoire, thank you very much. It is not to watch the ladies undressing, nor to have them place their soft, sweet-smelling undergarments in my drawer where they can rub against my skin. Such accusations are an insult to the practitioner of the magic arts. I am merely soaking in the experiences of what it means to be an armoire. The sights, the smells, the sensations... Yes, they do, and they wholeheartedly approve of, well, not with their entire hearts exactly, and while they have not spoken of their approval in my presence, since they are not exactly aware that I'm an armoire, I would not want them to know that I am anything but, and so have not been able to inquire upon the matter. Very well, posh. Open the third drawer, you scallywag. As you reach your hand into the drawer, it slams shut on your fingers with great force. Searing pain races through your hand as you withdraw your battered fingers. Ha ha! Cretin! Idiot! Open the drawer, I said, and you reach in. He slams the drawer again for emphasis, then begins shaking with laughter. First, I would tell you this one thing. I have been popping in and out of the brothel for a good long time. I'm quite knowledgeable regarding both its occupants and their activities. I assure you that talking about me is utterly worthless. Not only will you lose me as a potential source of information, but I simply disappear before someone comes to investigate your claims, leaving you to look like the fool. You'll do nothing of the sort. Why, even the most common of men knows that one can't commit an act of violence within the brothel. You'll simply be cast out. And even if that were not the case, I assure you my command of the art is quite impressive. I heard she used to walk about in the Crimson Veil, but that she had recently taken to a room and darkened it. I did not know what had occurred, so the veil of hers is missing then, Oh dear, yes, I had heard about that. Most unfortunate. Did you ever have the exquisite pleasure of breathing in the scent of hers? The armoire's drawers seemed to shudder with delight. Absolutely wondrous it was. But sadly, no. I know not where the good Lady Vivian's scent might be found. There is no 10th student. What is this rubbish you speak of? The armoire seems to think about this for a moment. I have no need to share such secrets with the likes of you, and besides, there's no cause to change back at the present moment, since I have not yet experienced the full sensations of being an armoire. It is a complex thing to hold and sort soft, frilly clothes, smelling of wondrous woman smells. A drawer slides open and close. The sound mimicking a pleasant sigh. This guy's fucking so dumb. I do not remember talking to an armoire. We already heard this. Few folk who have dwelled in Siegel for any length of time don't. I must wonder, though, what it is about her you wish to know. You are mad, you know. Quite mad. Utterly barmy. I believe it is the common term for it. Ravel was banished from Siegel long ago, and she's not dead. And if she's not dead, you'll wish you were, should you somehow succeed in finding her. She devoured all those who sought her out before, it is said, and will likely do the same, and will likely do you the same disservice. I would leave well enough alone. I would have a man find out for himself, rather than tell him the whole of it. After all, that's half the joy of the entire experience. I'll only tell you of which you likely know already. It's called the Brothel of Slating Intellectual Lusts, and the prostitutes within specialize in the arts of language and communication. I'm done here. You have nothing important to tell me. Man, where am I going to find this veil and the scent?
Updated my journal.
Nenny's eyes suddenly go wide. Oh, that's right. You know, once I saw a man sneaking out of Kamaxi's room while she was out talking to the patron. I watched the front doors all day, but he never, ever left. Isn't that odd? I don't think he could have made it out of a window. And I never figured out where he went. And then I totally forgot about it. Weird, huh? Beats me. Sorry, maybe you could just ask Juliet. She and Kesai used to be real good friends. Then Juliet met Montague, and now they don't talk much. Well, now I gotta go talk to the armoire again, because I know it's... You think? Think? How could you be so alarmingly rude, so ludicrously presumptuous, as to spout forth such an accusation without being absolutely certain of your charges? How dare you, impertinent brassy cur? Why, I ought to... As Lewis rails and curses, his drawers open and close. You notice a small bundle of crimson cloth tucked alongside some of the clothes. The repeated opening and closing of the armoire drawers makes it difficult to grab, however. You stand poised at the edge of the armoire. It keeps gabbing on, but it never seems to stay open long enough for you to grab the cloth. You simply cannot move your hand quickly enough to snatch the crimson cloth from within, Lewis. The most you could accomplish would be getting your fingers crushed. Shan't, won't, never. The drawer remains closed. You hear it puffing and wheezing from exertion. Go away, you barbarian! Oh, please stop that rubbish. It's quite tiresome and transcends all known meaning of the word boredom. Beg and whine some more. Stop! How tediously dull! You're making me quite drowsy. The armoire yawns, exposing the crimson cloth where it rests snugly beside some undergarments. You dart your hand in and seize it before the drawer can even close itself. Tucking it away, you notice that it is perfumed with a light, exotic, and most pleasant fragrance. Damn it, you rogue, blackguard, scoundrel! You give that back this instant! It's not yours! It's an exceedingly personal garment that belongs to a lady of this establishment, and they would not appreciate you fondling their private things. Oh, but it's right for you, you wooden pervert. I'm not doing anything so criminal and malicious as you are. I'm merely soaking in sensations necessary to my growth as an individual. Yeah, fuck off. What is this? That's intestines. It's the veil. And because it's scented, I know you have the other thing. Then would you please hand it over?
Updated my journal.
You hold the crimson veil before you and feel her take it from your hands. Ah, yes, much better. Two shining points of red light appear before you as she opens her eyes. So that's what you look like. Perhaps I would have been better off with my eyes shut. Do not even get me started.
Looks like my skills have increased.
And Mort has leveled up, this horny bone box of a skull, who is somehow the tankiest guy in our party, even though he's nothing but a fucking head. Actually, Ignis is kind of like, Ignis doesn't have a lot of health, but he's got a lot of immunities. Alright, let's talk to Saris again. Kesai suddenly bares her teeth, her eyes narrowing to slits of blazing crimson. What? Where'd you hear such a thing?
Updated my journal.
Ridiculous. I think I'd know if that wicked hag was my own mother. Now stop bothering me about it. I don't know, all right. My father raised me. I never knew her. But do I look like a night hag to you? Ridiculous. Well, she doesn't seem to want to, like, get into that. This older-looking noblewoman greets you with an elegant curtsy. Well met, sir. Might I be so bold as to say, before you ask anything of me, that I'm a patron here, not one of the students? She nods. That is correct, young sir. I came here one evening to see for myself why my husband was so constantly paying visits to this place. I became fast friends with a number of the prostitutes, and so here I am. It's not only for men to enjoy good conversation, you know. No, I do not. Vivian has been on about that for some time, though. She is most upset. I would be most pleased to see it return to her, for she speaks of little else these days. Ravel. I know no one named Ravel, much less if they might be Kessai's mother. Kessai herself told me she was an orphan, though, that her father, a half-fiend, left her to be raised here in Seagull. There's only 9 prostitutes that I know of, and I'm quite certain I've spoken to them all. Perhaps there's a new girl who I've not met yet. Farewell. Alright, so we gotta find the scent. I guarantee you it's in here somewhere. Let's talk to this guy with the wizard staff. Come on. Talk to this guy. This kindly looking older man turns as you approach and nods politely.
Greetings. Something I might help you with? No, I do not, and I fear that were it right beneath my own nose, I would not realize it. I've nearly no sense of smell remaining, you see.
He taps his nose.
Sadly, I know. Sad, I know, but we all age.
I can't read, man.
I'm told Vivian always gives off the most beautiful fragrance. I know little save for legends that most every child has heard. That she's a night hag, but one especially evil, and that she was banished from Seagull long ago. If there is a 10th student, my young friend, I would be most eager to meet her, but as far as I know, there is none.
Alright. I don't think any of these random people are gonna give me information. Maybe the Modrons, and maybe I have to play a game with Dolores or something. I assume I gotta, like, grate on Lewis some more. An ominous silence hangs over the armoire. There is no reply. You're certain it's still Lewis. You can practically feel the hatred radiating from the wood, but he won't speak a word to you. Let's talk to Fall from Grace for a second.
How may I help you?
Alright, hold on. I'm certain I can learn some more. I believe it was on Marissa's Lost Veil, which I returned to her. I do think that's true, but I'm hoping that I can just, like... Have I not stolen from you? Let's just talk to Vivian again here.
Updated my journal.
For the briefest moments, Vivian's eyes smolder with rage. She does she? We shall see about that. Do not move, I shall return shortly. There. That solves that hideous witch. Always stealing my perfumes, but never did I think she would have the audacity to steal my own personal scent. She suddenly shakes out her crimson hair, and in moments you are surrounded by the most intensely exotic and arousing scent you've ever had the pleasure of smelling. That smells great. It does it not? She smiles at you. And as you have done a favor for me, so I wish to perform one for you. Stand close to me, scarred one. You step closer to Vivian. She takes your hand and, turning it over, takes a single cautious sniff of your wrist. Whew! She wrinkles her nose. Vinegar or embalming fluid? Here, I will remove this smell from you. She mutters a few strange syllables, and a light tingling sensation spreads over your skin. In moments, your chemical reek lessens substantially. There, how's that? Perhaps people should be less eager to avoid conversation with you now. What did that raise my charisma by 1? Charisma, yes. Charisma permanently increased by 1. That's great because we're charisma focused anyway. All right, Ignis. Now you can learn fire and ice. Nice.
I'm gone.
We have the select all characters in the party. Okay, so where's this last patron? Let's ask Yves about it. Speak with Nenny about it. Okay. Speak with Nenny about everything. She seems to know everything, but is also doesn't know anything. Where'd you go, Nenny? Nenny Nine Eyes. Sure I can. The Brothel of Slating Intellectual Lusts is a school that was started by Mistress Fall from Grace. The prostitutes here, like me, are taught the ins and outs of talking to people, all to help us learn more about ourselves and others. I love it here. It's a non-stop wave of experiences crashing into me, filling my head with fresh new ideas. Yeah, we've already asked this. I can't ask you about it. I can't seem to ask you about the other student. I'm a student here, as are all the prostitutes. We seek to better learn the art of language in order to stimulate the minds, to heighten our awareness of ourselves and others, and to create new ways of experiencing another person. Well, I've been without the ability to speak for so long. Most patrons came to me seeking someone to listen, someone attentive and capable of understanding them, and understanding them that they could speak to, free of interruption and the like. Now that I can speak once more, I wonder if the same time has come for me to move on, leave the brothel, and become a sensate. A member of the Society of Sensation. Ask Fall from Grace or someone at the Civic Fest Hall if you would know more of them. Can I talk to Juliet again about this? Maybe? I don't know who else I need to talk to about this. So, not as if any of your business. So, not as if it's any of your business in the first place. Yes, I'm related to blah blah blah.
Updated my journal.
Kamaxi frowns at you. Normally, I'd loathe to help you like this, but I have a feeling it'd upset that flirting preeny doxy good. And well, tell her to ask our father. He's a powerful Cambion, so she ought to be able to call him right then and there. That'll get your answer. Yes, Cambion. Kamaxi rolls her eyes. Didn't hear me the first time? Ears all stopped up with the last of your brains running out of them? My, you're clueless. She shakes her head sadly, tutting all the while. A half-fiend Burke. Sort of like you, but you're half dung, I think. You smell it at any rate. Kenzie snarls, her eyes blazing with malice. That hell's how I loathe that woman. Why would you even believe that sort of tripe?
Updated my journal.
Kensai stares at you silently for a time. Give me a moment. She turns from you and begins to mutter softly. The air seems to shimmer around her slightly and fills with a coppery smell like warm blood. You lean towards Kesai, attempting to hear what she's muttering. Haugazenel, banished prince of Ithag, marquis of the bloody shadow. My father, hear me, for I call upon you. Yes, beloved father, it is I, Kensai Saris. I would bid you answer me one question, a question I've asked you time and time again. Yes, beloved father, I cannot bear to have another ask me and not know myself. You must tell me. I have asked for nothing save this. Tell me, I beg you. Yes, yes, beloved father, I understand. Thank you. Farewell. Kensai remains turned away from you for a moment before finally coming to face you. I do not want to believe that wicked hag may have been my mother. I have lived long. I do not appear to age, and have disturbing dreams sometimes. She shudders. But still, I do not wish to be the inheritor of the evil she caused, nor draw the lady's gaze as my mother did. Such evil things she did. She looks alarmed. Pardon? I need the portal key. Kensai gasps. You intend to seek her out? Her surprise quickly changes to an expression of wariness. What would you need of me? She nods. But do you have some way to carry it? A piece of cloth, like a handkerchief or something, you know? Kensai sighs, looking around. I'm sure there's one in the brothel somewhere. Bring it here when you find it, all right? I'll give you the blood then.
Updated my journal.
She has one in her bedroom, I think. So you can hear. It's in here. It's in here. I was wondering why there was so many handkerchiefs around.
Updated my journal.
Kensai takes a handkerchief and gingerly pricks the tip of her finger with one of her fangs. After letting several drops of blood soak into the cloth, she returns it to you. You're placing yourself in grave danger, you know. Even if the stories of my mother are greatly exaggerated, she's horribly powerful and completely evil. Good luck.
You know, I've learned some new tricks.
Everybody's leveling up.
I hear your words. I shall serve.
All right.
All right. Let me check my journal again. Maybe I did ask about... No, we don't seem to have anything here about who the 10th prostitute is. I can't talk to Nenny anymore about this. I was told to ask you. Come down here. Maybe I can ask this guy that's down here. What's up, Seller? How's it going? I missed that? I missed that a few minutes ago. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was talking to myself. Because this is the person that's missing. It's a grayish-white stone held in a mesh of engraved silver bands, pulses with light. Something was once inscribed into its base, but the writing has been scoured away. Where's the dude who walks around down here? The brothel caretaker.
Aye, what?
I don't know who the
I'm
fuck.
gone.
Maybe it's Mort. Mort's the final. Started watching movies a bit more recently. Nice, nice. What have you been watching? I haven't watched a movie in a while. I've been doing a lot of work. I replaced the wax rig of the toilet, or on my toilet with my dad yesterday. He did most of it, but I did that. I took my grill out. I have to go clean my grill off. You can see the second part. I remember, like, in the Harry Potter, you watched Obsession, Get Out. I think I've seen Obsession, but I haven't seen Get Out. No, I've seen Possession, but I haven't seen Obsession or Get Out. And a comedy called Little Brother. I don't think I've seen that either. And Obsession too. Well, if they're newer movies, I probably haven't seen them. Newest movie I watched recently. I'm trying to think what the newest movie I've seen recently is. I know I gotta watch some shit, but
Hey,
I
Chief,
tried watching some Spider
you say we get
Noir.
rid of
I
Ignis,
mean,
all
I
right?
might watch
He's
a little
burning his
more of it,
candle
but
at
it was
both ends, if you know what I mean.
it was kind of jarring. Not because like the actual content of it was bad, but I just don't like the way modern movies are edited. It's so frantic and. All right, well, let's ask Fall from Grace.
How may I help you?
Lewis, and your thoughts, like Lewis needs a fucking carpenter to trim that libido of his. I don't know if it only harms the student, but I'm here or here. One of these two. Learn what it means to aspire to be a sensate, and that it's better to go in search of experiences rather than have it come to you. And teaching within a sheltered environment such as this only harms the student, and the planes themselves are often the best teacher. I said this last one. Yes, Mom. I mean, yes.
Oh, Mistress High and Mighty'll be joining us? What do we need her for?
You couldn't possibly understand.
I wish she would fall from great height. I might even bump her off myself.
That's so good. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, what is this? Her bodice. It's enchanted, but I can't. Oh, I know what it is now. Fall from Grace's bodice is made of the tan hide of some creature. Despite its prim and proper appearance, it does little to detract from Grace's sensuality. The bodice possesses no known powers other than some minor enchantments that prevent it from becoming dirty and repairs minor tears to the fabric. Fall from Grace's touch. Basic attack does slight slashing damage. This book looks like it's made from paper-thin silvery sheets. The engraving of a woman is on the cover of the text, and there is a small lock on the side of the book. No matter how you try, the lock resists your attempts to open it. At least not yet, anyway. And then we have your earrings. These are Fall from Grace's earrings. They give a slight amount of protection from spells and other magic and almost fuck, dude, I can't read. They give her a slight amount of protection from spells and other magic, and like almost everything else, they look really good on her. Nothing else equipped. We go to your statistics screen, and we go to your biography. My past is not a long one, at least by Tanari standards. I do not know if you're familiar with the Tanari, but we are a race of the Abyss, a staggered series of planes filled with chaos and evil hearts. I am a Tanari, a fiend, a succubus. I grew up on the first plane of the Abyss. My mother was a succubus herself. As I am sure you are aware, succubi tempt mortals to bring their souls to the Abyss. My mother was among the finest, seducing countless mortal men to their eternal damnation. She now dwells in the Abyss, selling her children into slavery. She sold me to the Batezu, the blood enemies of the Tanari. I think she rather expected that they would kill me. Despite her knowledge of the subjects, she knows little of the culture and the delight they take in tormenting others. Fortunately, the Batezu are a proud species. The thought a Tanari could best them at anything was something intolerable to them. So I challenged one of the proudest of the pit fiends to a contest of improvisation. And it was here that my Tanari heart allowed me to win the day. The Tanari are chaotic creatures, wild and unpredictable. The Batezu are more cunning fiends, with orderly hearts. They understand improvisation, but they are not among its best practitioners, and thus I won my freedom. That was a very long time ago. I left the lower planes for Seagull. I encountered the Society of Sensation, and my experiences among the Batezu instilled in me a desire to learn more of the multiverse. Why? I believe there is a truth to the multiverse, even if that truth is that there is no truth at all. I believe that the planes are meant to be experienced, and the more one experiences in traveling, in joy, in pain, in merriment, or in suffering, the more the multiverse reveals itself to you, and the more you are revealed to yourself. All right. What are you, faction? Society of Sensations. I'm not part of a faction. Your alignment, lawful and neutral. I want to become lawful good, but I am not quite there yet. What are you? You're something else. You're chaotic neutral. Okay. Oh, she's a...
Yes.
Let's fucking go. Wait a minute. What do you have? Blessing. A boon to one's companions, granting them strength when they are in need. All friendly creatures. That's fine. Cure light wounds, cure light wounds, cure light wounds. Protection from evil. Dude, remove protection from evil. I don't really care. And add cure light wounds again. Level 2, cure moderate wounds, aid. Remove spiritual hammer and put another cure moderate wounds. What is prayer? You do have speak with the dead, which is pretty cool. Cure serious wounds.
May my face lend me strength.
All right. This is good. We've done everything here now. Now, I'm not entirely sure where we're going, though. Yeah, grilling cleaning is bad. Cleaning fat, insanely hard. I don't like it. I have a... Sorry, I was distracted by everything we were doing. I have a flat top grill, so it's like a big griddle iron grill. I have had ones with bars in it before, but they do get insanely messy, and you got to take the bar out, and you got to clean everywhere where it drips and everything, and so I just have like a flat top. But I have to go out there and scrub that, and I got to clean the outside of the grill because it's been sitting in a in my greenhouse for a couple months now, and so that's something I got to do today. That'll be annoying, but not altogether impossible. I mean, I'm just gonna go outside with the hose and some soap water and
I'm gone.
Clean it off. Now the question is, where the fuck are we gonna go? That's cool. Shows the walkable place. I didn't realize I could go behind this building. Maybe now this Fall from Grace is in our party, we can help this performance artist. Yep. Fall from Grace looks closely at the man. I believe I heard of this sort of performance art. It's common on a number of prime worlds. She lowers her voice so only you can hear him, and widely loathed on more than a few. You reach out to touch the man, but your hand is stayed by some unseen force. The performance artist appears to be trapped in some sort of invisible box or cage. You know, can't you think I can... Where's your priest scroll book? I actually think we remove Call Lightning, and we put remove Curse. And then I need to rest somewhere. Oh wow, there's a little tent back here.
I'm gone.
There's a lazy scribe in this tent. The man gives a sheepish smile and a half bow at your approach. For a moment, I thought you were one of my employer's men when you walked in. Was I ever relieved to see you or not? I couldn't stand my work at the records of Subhall 7 for another moment, so I darted off. Had I simply gone home, my employer would have sent a messenger. That tyrant! That is why I'm hiding here, of course. I intend to lounge about for a bit longer before returning to my cramped little desk. Well, I
I'm
assume
gone.
we're gonna need to do something with you eventually. I don't actually know where our next destination is. So we have the Modron I have to get to some of these other spots. I'm like, I don't know where our next teleport spot is going to be. Can I rest? Cannot rest in this
Done.
area. I can go to my bedroom and rest, though, and maybe that... I did want to go check my bedroom over here, because it's possible that that's where... what is it? It's possible that that's where...
All right.
the portal is going to be. Nope. Alright, so now that we've rested, let's go and see if I can cast Remove Curse on this mime outside. And maybe that's what I can do to save his ass. Still can't talk to this guy yet. I don't know what I gotta do to talk to that guy.
Done.
Also, I probably have to go talk to Ravel now that I have a part of her. And I've opened the puzzle box. I bet you that's what we have to do. She did say come talk to me when you've got to this point. So let's save.
How may I help? Shiawase.
Alright, well that didn't work. Load the game. We're loading day 14. Right here.
I'm gone.
Right before we cast that stuff. Alright, let's go back to the Hall of Sensations. Go to the private hall and let's try talking to Ravel yet again. We'll see what goes on. We have a full party finally, which is pretty sick.
Done. Done.
God damn it, I can't click on it because you guys keep getting in the way. Ah, my precious man. We've already read all this. Degree, grayish hair like brambles, blah, blah, blah. To find the door, know the key, then unlock the key. The door is not a finished thing, at least when I last gazed upon it. But the passing of time, perhaps now well wrought it is. Go to the place of forges and steel. Perhaps there you will find the door that takes one to me. Okay. Go to the place of forges. Forges and steel. Is that in lower ward? It's not the clerk's ward. Forges and steel. It's gonna be the lower ward then. There's the marketplace, the warehouse, the pawn shop, the wrecked house, forges and steel.
Done.
Forges and steel. I'll check in the marketplace,
Done.
but I actually think I remember where it is now. I think I remember where it is.
I'm gone.
I can't go over here, can I? Alright, so they won't let me in here, though this does kind of look like... This does kind of look like where I need to go, actually. You see a middle-aged man wearing dusty clothes. Back again, huh? He frowns at you. What now? Well, what exactly you want training in? I think I could teach you a bit more. Okay. So I could learn more about this other stuff. I might as well learn fists, I guess. I mean, I know everybody has fists here, which is kind of funny. That's all I wanted for today. All right, well, a little better in fists. I think I can still learn a lot. We've leveled up quite a bit, so I think I can become like a master at fist weapons. I gotta get in here, though. I don't necessarily know how we're gonna do that.
Come on, you there. What are you bidding? What are you talking about? 100 is not worth 50. That one there. I've got him. He's mine.
I'm gone.
I'm not entirely sure. I guess we'll look at our journal here. Our quest logs. Find a way to help Ingress. Running around the hive outside the mortuary, she was raving about doors and keys. She claimed the whole city of the series. She's a young girl. She accidentally stepped through a portal, ended up trapped in the city. If I can find an experienced planewalker, perhaps I could guide her home. Still don't know about that. I still don't know where Farad's getting his stuff. I still don't know where Mar is. Yes, I don't really know. I need to find a place of forges. Can we check our journal screen for this? No, we have nothing in here that talks about forges. He drops of Cassiceris' blood on a handkerchief, seeing how she's a child of Ravel, should satisfy the requirement for the portal key to Ravel's maze. I'm definitely lost now. Byron Pickett doesn't want to talk to me. I don't know how we're going to get up in here. I think I'm gonna have to go here and potentially get a letter to deliver or something.
Done.
He just teleports me outside because I don't have anything to actually talk to him about. Trade secret. You actually want something, or are you coming in to bluster some more?
I'm gone.
I don't know. I have some questions for you. I don't know. And turns around and runs away. How the fuck am I gonna get? He smiles at you. Yes. He coughs a bit, but it soon passes. You want something from me? I can tell. The ward is filled with smoke and fumes from the factories and whatnot. It makes the air bad and gives you the cough. Most sods here have their skin turn color on them and get a rash as well. He pauses and shrugs. Nothing anyone can do about it. It's a fact of life. He smiles. Not really, but I'm healthier than most of the sods in the ward. Thank you for the courtesy of asking, but I'm sure you want something else. Yeah, I want to get into this room over here. Who are you? I'm a guard of the Believers of the Source, sir. Yes, sir. Godsmen were called. We are one of 15 recognized factions of Seagull, sir. We believe that every being has within it the spark of divinity. Neither good nor evil, necessarily, but potential to be divine, beyond divinity. We believe there lies something greater. We believe all life is a purpose and a goal, and we are devoted to understanding what these goals are. We strive towards greatness with every step of our lives. We believe it is, sir. Can I help you with anything else? You are in front of the Great Foundry, home to the Believers of the Source. Aside from being home to the Believers of the Source, it is also one of the largest foundries known to Fuck. I can't read, man. It's also one of the largest foundries known to mortal existence. Much traffic passes through these gates. We take orders from all sorts of the... Fuck me. We take orders from all across the plains. Currently, we're not accepting any further orders, as most of our craftsmen are either working on a new project or are commissioned for the next several months on smaller orders. What this means in practical terms is that you're not getting in unless you have a receipt for work to pick up or have an urgent business inside. State the nature of your requirements, sir. I'm sorry, sir. We are not currently accepting any new orders due to the large project we have undertaken. Check back in about a year, sir. Thank you for your interest. I might be able to lie to get in, but that doesn't make me very lawful as a character, and I am trying to, like, push myself towards lawfulness. So I'm like, I gotta find some way to get an order to get in there. Or have something to pick up. I don't think I'm gonna get anything else in the storehouse here either.
All right.
Probably somebody in the crafts hall here.
All right.
Let's talk to Cinder. Let's go talk to the people here and see what's up.
Come again, have you? What can I be showing you this time?
He sells spells. Laszlo. Oh, Jesus. Okay, well, I thought I was clicking through stuff we haven't seen. The center of the plains, the city where almost everything... the center of the plains, the city where almost everything intersects. Never boring, really. The Lady of Pain is the law, and the rest of us mostly try and bang out a living under her shadow. He barks a laugh, then coughs. Don't know much about her. She keeps the powers of Seagull, keeps the fiends out, and talks and deals with nobody, except maybe the Debus. She'll pen you in the dead book damn quick if you worship her or try to hurt Seagull. Her face and the blades surrounding it would be the last you'd see. At the mention of a face surrounded by blades, a memory forces itself into your consciousness. For a moment, you're standing in a darkened alley, breathing heavily. Approaching you in the darkness is an uncannily beautiful woman, her face shrouded in blades and with cold eyes. Suddenly, the memory fades, and you're talking to the lad once more. I think we already asked this. Food, drink, magic, weaponry. Looking for. Let's be going. I don't really think any of these guys are gonna give me the order. Some questions. Furnace does nothing other than teach my lazy boy responsibility. The boy's always yapping and talking and such. Reckons himself a scholar and doesn't know the value of real work. If you have serious questions, well, he may be better to ask than me. Whatever. I need a work order. I haven't talked to Drixel yet. Start talking to Drixel. You see a tall man in plate armor. The armor is of unusual construction, with spikes flaring from the shoulders, elbows, and forearms. He nods at your approach. Good day, citizen. How may I help you, citizen? He smiles. Certainly, citizen. He gives a slight bow. I am Harmonium Guard Drixel, citizen. I keep the peace here in the market. He snaps to attention. Our belief is simple. We are the light. We are the way. We are the order. We are the truth. He steals his expression. There wasn't even a question of me joining them. You see, some Burks talk about doing battle with chaos and restoring order and harmony, but they ain't got the stones to do anything about it. The Harmonium, we take action. We keep order on Seagull's streets and on the plains. He nods at you matter-of-factly. He looks even bolder as he speaks. And we don't keep order with words. We fight. We fight hard to maintain and enforce order. Cross traitors, knights of the post, indepts, anarchists, Zaoistics, Tenari, fiends, all had best beware the Harmonium's shadow. Chaos can only exist in an air of tolerance. He looks rather bored and shrugs his shoulders. Nothing. They're not a part of the truth that is the Harmonium. I have not studied them. Damn, nobody here seems important to talk to. I mean, it's a nice store, right? But
I'm gone.
I have to figure out how to get inside of... Maybe these guys over here have an order. They were arguing and we left them alone last time. I assume it's going to be somebody here. The dead one has returned, Borka. The dead one has returned. I can see that? Do you think I can't see that? Of course I can see that. I have eyes, don't I? He turns to you. What can we do for you today? Ah, you want to know about the area? I can tell you many things about the area. There are many sights to see. Mika breaks in. And the first thing you'll mention will be the brothel, no doubt. The brothel for you men. It's always the brothel or the civic fest hall. Never the market or... I was going to tell him about the market, but now I'm going to tell him about the brothel just to spite you. And then I'll tell him about the Civic Fest Hall. And never will I mention any of the other attractions. The two of them degenerate into a shouting match, ignoring you. They're so busy shouting at each other, they don't pay attention to you. They'll leave and re-enter the shop every time. Dead One's Return. You guys even trade here. You sell cheese, dead rats, glass eyes. You sell crap. Well, I'll sell you some crap as well. How about that? Works for me. Fuck are Shards of Fate. Proficiency Fist, usable only by fighters. These gauntlets have been crafted from special crystals found only on the plains of Bator. When struck by these gauntlets, the crystals will shatter into thousands of pieces, tearing into flesh and bone of those unlucky enough to be struck. Although heavy metal plates protect the user's hands, there remains a slight chance that some of the shards may strike the user. Breaks after first use. It does 10 to 100 piercing damage. That's hilarious. So it's like an insta-kill weapon that you can use one time. She's my devoted wife of some 20 years and the light of my life. And the greatest gift ever to enter his life. Isn't that right? I saved you, see? From the life of his parents. From the life his parents had planned for him. And he promised to take me away from all this, and instead, what you see is the life he gave me, I tell you. It would be enough to drive a body to drink. If she weren't already there. She's the biggest bubber this side of the hive, sir. She's been this way for years, I tell you, years. She'd drink the river Oceanus and still be thirsty if it were made of alcohol. The two of them continue to squabble, ignoring you. They're so busy shouting at each other that they don't pay attention to you. The shop rapidly fills with their words.
I'm gone.
I still need a way to actually get into this other place. So this doesn't help me at all. I need to get some food. It is 10, so I'm gonna go make a sandwich here. I mean, we can go talk to some previous people. But who would actually have an order for me to pick up that I could grab? This guy's gone. A similar one I make all the time. Some Dijon mustard. Maybe an onion. Some salami, some cheese. Maybe cut up an apple and have that with it as well. Have we been in here? What's this building? The Coffin Maker's shop? No, I've not been to the Coffin Maker's shop. Hamris and Dimitri. You see a tall, slender man with a glassy-eyed expression. He seems engrossed in some tale that the shopkeeper is relating. Occasionally, he nods his head but makes no comments of his own. The man turns slightly at your greeting, just enough to acknowledge your presence. You notice that he's a little pale of complexion and rather gaunt-looking. He gives you a blank stare. The shopkeeper does not seem to notice any of this and continues with his stream of useless prattle. The man continues to stare at you and slowly nods. You wait for any further response, but he says nothing, only stares. You're about to turn away in frustration when you think you notice a strange, musty odor about the man. You lean in and sniff the man, unsure what you'll find. As you do, a musty odor fills your senses. An odor you recognize from time to time in the mortuary. It's the smell of dead flesh, preserved by magic. The creature continues to stare at you blankly. Slowly, as with great effort, he begins to reply to you. Only your speak with dead power makes him understandable. Yes, I am Dimitri. Dimitri slowly glances at the shopkeeper and makes a feeble gesture towards him. Seeing this as a sign of interest, the shopkeeper redoubles his efforts in telling whatever tale he's relating to the poor creature. Dimitri looks at you again. Amris, he talks. Amris never stops. Wanders town, annoys master, annoys everyone. Master create Dimitri. Tell Dimitri talk Hamris. Now Hamris stay in shop. Master happy, town happy. Dimitri sad. The creature pauses, then resumes a slow speech with you. You can almost detect a pleading tone to his voice. Yes, fine master, Sebastian. Ask him to release me, please. He turns his attention to Hamris momentarily. Please. Dimitri barely shakes his head at you. No, master revive. Must ask master. Sebastian, please. He awaits your answer. I'll see
Updated
what I
my
can do
journal.
for you, dude. You can almost sense a feeling of relief emanating from the zombie. Dimitri, thank you, friend. The creature gives you a barely perceptible shrug of the shoulders. No, nothing. Dimitri summoned by master. No darkness. Peace. Rest. Then Hamris. Sorry. Help you if could. The creature pauses. Not know. Remember voice. Give order be here. Walking. Hamris. Nothing more. Sorry. Didn't we kill Sebastian? Isn't he like a corpse on the floor somewhere? I don't know if I can help him out here. I'm going to save the game and pause, because if Hamris does talk as much as this guy seems to think, I'm going to go make a sandwich before I submit myself to the torture of speaking with a man for half an hour. I will be back. Oh. Oh, I lied. Oh, I lied. No, I will not have a sandwich. I will have a burrito instead. I made some burritos the other day. It's like rice, beans, and chicken. Yeah, good job. Yeah, I know how to cook. And it tastes good every time. Totally never messed up cooking ever. I don't want to steal anything because he might get mad at me. And also, money is superfluous in this game. What's up, Hamrus? You see a rugged-looking, square-jawed man. He turns to you with a wide smile. How are you, Cutter? Good day to you, and good day indeed. He squints at you for a second, then juts his hand out to shake yours. Hamrus, at your service. Member of the Harmonium and the fashioner of fine coffins for the recently departed. I think I know you, do I not? Let me see if I can place it. He pauses to think a moment. Sharp with names I was in the Harmonium. Let me tell you. Knew everyone on the entire ward. He nods. You ask away. He gives you a broad smile. He glances at the customer. Dimitri? He shrugs. Like he hadn't considered the fellow before. Quiet, doesn't say much, do you, Dimitri? Dimitri doesn't respond, but simply gives the same blank expression. A few seconds later, he nods. Hammer shrugs, turns back to you. Wandered in one day a few weeks back with a regular, been a regular ever since. Hasn't bought anything, but he doesn't cause any trouble, so I let him stay. Seems harmless enough. You see, when I was serving the Harmonium, part of our work was to take people under our wing, give them a little shelter from the chaos of the streets, get them spruced up. He frowns, glances at Dimitri, then back to you. What nonsense are you rattling on about? Dimitri's no zombie. Surely, he may be quiet and doesn't move much, but it's just because he's a good listener. Yes, the lower ward. He leans forward as if explaining something to a small child. You know, it's little known to most newcomers and even people in the ward. Most people think that this ward gets its name simply because it's not as prestigious as some of the other wards. But it's not. It at all. But that's not it at all. I can't read. Not at all. Do you know where the name comes from? He looks at you expectantly. It's because of the portals to the lower planes. They are the reason behind all the smog that fills the area, belching out noxious gases and all. Fortunately, winds from the spire help to blow the worst of the mists. But it can bring others in the ward. With much weaker constitutions down and fill them full of sickness. Shakes his head sadly. Fortunately, my Harmonium training has prepared me for all sorts of hazardous conditions, and after my travels to the lower planes, the smog of this ward is little to bear, indeed. He smiles broadly. A great deal. Where to start? If we were to step past all the kilns, forges, breweries, and distilleries scattered among the many garbage fires, not to mention the alchemist dens, the crematoriums, meat curing houses, and the charcoal burners, and examine the ward itself as a whole, one could say, well, there's the foundry, the siege tower, and he begins to falter and stops to think. The Great Foundry is the headquarters for the Believers of the Source, also known as some of the laymen as Godsmen, because of their belief that everyone can achieve divinity. He shakes his head. The Great Foundry is much like their philosophy, a large sprawling structure that seems to produce nothing but smoke. He laughs. I mean, when was the last time you saw one of the Believers of the Source suddenly become a power? Not any time in the faction's history. That scarred iron wreck, a ward mystery. A ward mystery it is, but I have some thoughts on it. First off, it wasn't always here, as I understand it. It simply arrived one night, and no one saw how it got here. Now you've seen the outside of it. It's seen battle, It looks like battles that most people could not imagine. Me, however, I've seen the edges of the Blood War, even tackled a Tanari fiend or two when things were desperate with one of my Harmonium fellows beside me. And those scars in the tower look like they were gathered over several centuries at least. He pauses for a moment. Now listen close. My experiences allow me to recognize some of those scars that decorate the sides of the tower. Some are acidic blasts, surely enough from some major sorceries. Some are Tanaric teething blades. Others look like detonations from Loth globes or scars from Betezu Cornagon whips. However, a lot of the weapons embedded in the sides are weapons like none I've ever seen, and I'm well versed in a variety of weapons on many different worlds and on many different planes. Makes you wonder what's held inside that tower. Basher who cracks that tower might have a museum in their hands. Makes you curious, doesn't it? He stares at you. The Great Foundry is the headquarters of the Levers of the Source. Already read that. Actually, friend, Godsman is the layman's term for their faction. The real name of their organization is, in actuality, the Believers of the Source. They hold on to an interesting, ultimately flawed philosophy. They believe that everyone has the capability of aspiring to divine status simply by applying themselves. He shakes his head indulgently as he pauses to think. As my tour of duty with the Harmonium quickly proved, there are many who could never aspire to divinity, no matter how long they sought it or applied themselves. Nevertheless, the Believers of the Source work quite hard, and their little faction is pleasant enough. Alright, well, we gotta go find Sebastian, though. I think he's dead. I gotta let my burritos cool. I gotta flip them over. Give me a second. I want to eat, but they'd be too fucking hot. It's not clear if this is a tombstone or a headboard. The board contains various tools used in the art of coffin making. Well, let's try and find Sebastian.
Done.
Done. Done.
Wasn't Sebastian this dude over here? Can we check our journal? No, so we don't have anything about Sebastian in the journal. Doesn't mean we haven't met Sebastian, but...
All right.
Is this guy not here anymore?
Aye.
Interesting.
Might as well.
I'm gone.
Is he in bed? Oh, he is. Lothar.
You again. What do you want from old Lothar now? I've given you your skull, friend, and your answers. I warn you, I haven't all day to attend to you.
His gaze falls on you with the force of a sledgehammer.
Keep it quick, scarred one. I cannot tarry all day. It's a side effect of losing your mortality.
Ah, damn. Alright, well, fuck. I've already talked to him about all this shit.
Man-Truck. You return, man-thing. What do you want? You seek Lothar, yet you have come from his sanctum.
I kind of want to go over there, but fine, like... I don't want to break the rules or anything. How the fuck am I going to get into the forge? That's the real question, man. Good job.
Done.
Done.
Can we talk to this guy? This black-scaled reptile towers to a height of 8 feet. Its great height, however, is offset by its thin, snake-like frame. A long, prehensile tail drags behind it, and its leathery wings are hooked behind its back. A strong, vinegary smell emanates from the creature, as well as a certain amount of heat. It seems to be ignoring you. Whoa, Chief, Mort cuts in before you can speak to the creature. Bar that. You don't want to be rattling your bone box with any fiend on the street. Leave it be. No, you don't. Mort glances at the creature, then turns back to you and lowers his voice to a whisper. They're touchy. Let's just go. This black-scaled fiend, greetings. The creature slowly turns its head to look at you. Its scaled forehead wrinkles into a frown. Then it opens its mouth, giving a low, rasping hiss. You notice the heat radiating from the creature begins to rise. The creature suddenly sniffs the air, then turns away from you with a strange hiss. It seems to have caught some unpleasant scent. The creature's eyes focus on Fall from Grace, then narrow to slits. It opens its mouth, displaying a row of blackened fangs as fire begins to dance around the shoulders and arms of the creature. The heat emanating from it begins to rise. Alright, fine. Fuck this guy. Fuck that guy. Okay. Got sour cream on my hand. Once again, you come to me once again. There must be something I can do for you that my brother Darren cannot, eh? Ha! I certainly do, friend. I have a little errand for you to run. If you'll take it, it'll net you 50 coins. All you need to do is run this handbill down to the print shop and ask Scofflaw Pen to print up 100 copies for me. Here, take it. He shoves a crumpled piece of paper into your hands.
Updated my journal.
Updated my journal.
And it's going to cost me 100 coins to get these printed. He takes the handbill from you, looks it over, and says, I'll have it for him later. Go tell him. He turns back to his desk.
All right.
And then the guy won't pay me because I didn't come back with the copies, and then I gotta threaten him for the cash that he won't pay me. It's printed terrific! I knew you were the man for the job. Here, take this message to Keldor of Durian at the Foundry. I'm sure he'll be glad to receive it, and you'll be glad of the 100 coins you get in return. There we go. So that's how we get into the Foundry. Just gotta talk to the street urchins. The criers on the road. Did somebody level up? Nope. How close are we to leveling? We're a long, long way from leveling. Oh my god. Yeah, everyone is an insane ways away from leveling. I fucking love Ignis's portrait here. Doesn't they have something else in the Can I go to the journal screen and then go beasts and I can look at, yeah, everybody here. They have their own portraits. All right. Just descriptions of these. Those are like the first descriptions we get of these characters. Okay, hey, buddy. He opens the gate for you. All right, let's go. We made it in. All right, I assume this is where we're gonna find the portal. Damn, this looked like an unfinished door. We're looking for an unfinished gateway, or potentially a finished one now.
Done.
Gotta deliver this to Keldor. You see a slab-stomached man with thick arms and a scraggly beard. He smells as if he hasn't washed in ages, and his breath doesn't do much for your breakfast. He's in the process of ordering around subordinates as you approach him, and he deals a quick cuff to the ear of one of them. He turns to face you, hitching up his belt. What do you want? You want answers? Like what? Tilden the Gray, supervisor of the yard. My job is to make sure my laborers get their jobs done, and to make sure people like you don't distract them. They work little enough as it is, little sods, and they'd manage to lose the rest of the day in idleness if I weren't here. I'm tough, but I'm fair. Ask anyone. The sound effects here are very loud. You see a short woman with slight horns in her forehead and ears that curve sharply back on her skull. She smells faintly of sulfur, even over the reek of the foundry's fires. Greetings. What can I do for you? It's that office with a desk. He should be sitting right behind it. I don't know who that is. The pickup office. Get me out of this room. It's so loud in here. It's almost like a real forge.
I'm gone.
Sarosa. The Saragossa manuscript. You see a young woman. As you approach her, her eyes stare directly into yours. You get the uncomfortable feeling that she's not just examining your eye color. Her gaze seems to penetrate far deeper than that. Greetings, stranger. How goes your day? What answers do you seek, half-man?
Updated my journal.
I call you half-man because I cannot see your spirit, All other mortals who pass through my life show their spirits to me as a shining spark or a smoldering ember. You show nothing at all. I call you half-man because I cannot see your spirit as I see those of others. Whether this is because you have no soul or because you have transcended, I cannot say. One way or another, you are but half-man. What the other half is, I cannot say. I am Sarosa, daughter of Sandoz, one of the factors of the Godsman. My brother Saros is child of the Foundry, yet I fear he has never embraced the philosophy of the believers of the Source. My father is a factor here, and his travels have led him far from the Foundry into realms most mortals never even dream of achieving. Saros is a brash, impulsive lad, easily given over to his manhood. He is eager to prove himself equal of anything on the plane. Full of aggression of youth, I believe he feels himself more sensate than Godsman, further vindicating my belief that sensates are the most immature of all the factions of Seagull. Why are they the most immature? Because, like children, they do not understand that there is more beyond the world of the senses, beyond what one can see, hear, taste, touch, smell. Look around you. You're in the outer planes. This is belief made solid. But that does not mean that that does not mean this seemingly rough matter can be comprehended by the senses. This is belief. No mere physicality can match it. Nothing, farewell. I have to deliver this note to somebody, man. God, this place is huge.
All right. All
Shove
right.
the whole butt of that burrito in my mouth.
All right.
It's crazy.
I'm gone. I'm gone.
Nothing here. These are all just side rooms. All right. Bendai Lin. You see a severe woman with flaming red hair pulled back tight, giving her face a stretched, nervous look. She appears to be deep in thought. At your approach, she glances up and says, "Can I help you with something?" "What do you want?" "Tell you about the project we've sworn our lives to complete and defend?" No, I don't think so. Not yet, anyway. Let's just say it's powerful, and it'll be worth the effort we've put into it. It's gonna be a big robot. Who are you? My name is Baidai Lin. I'm a magical engineer. Not a mage, mind you, but a theoretician? Theoretician. And I'm going to make sure the Godsmen don't get a chance to use that weapon or contract for other such weapons of war again. The other people here, well, you've got the brilliant but eccentric Nil Xander, the Githzerai outcast woman Kelira, Thildon the Grey, whose heart is much less ambiguous than his name, Keldor the Factor, Sandaz the Factor, the two children of Sandaz, supervisors, smiths, and a host of others. They all pass me by at one point or another, and frankly, I haven't made that much of an effort to get to know them. They all work for me, or they don't, and that's about as much as I care. I'm afraid I'm rather devoted to my work. Alright, you don't really have anything else to tell me. That's fine. I would chat with you probably for a while, but... You see a sandy-haired youth. He's on the cusp between adolescence and adulthood. And from his eyes, it looks like he's trying to be as adult as possible without having the slightest idea how. In other words, he seems innocent. Hey, stranger, what can I do for you? Ask whatever you want. Me, I'm Saros. I grew up around here. Got to run through the foundry playing with stuff. I like pretty much everyone here, except for Thildon. He keeps saying I'm not raised right and my father's a poor parent. All I know is that Thildon's the biggest sod I've ever met. Fantastic. I grew up here. I played in the main foundry area and ran through the barracks. It stinks, and it's loud, and people can be like Thildon. But it's still home for me. There's smiths and workers. I think they mean well, but they're also earnest and boring. They need to liven themselves up a bit, like, say, the sensates. You know how to live life. Or they know how to live life. They know what it's all about. Not like these people. They keep pretending there's some big, noble purpose to it all. But I don't see it. My sister says that life is more than our senses show, but I don't see how she knows that, since all she knows is through her senses. I just don't get why people make this stuff up. Sarosa, she can just look through someone and see what needs adding and what needs taking away. I don't know how she does it. My father always said it was something about her ascending to another level. He said she was born Godsman. I still have this note to deliver. I think it's to you, Keldor. You see a sturdy man who looks like he's just bursting with vitality. His face is tanned and lined, and his black beard is beginning to show. His back beard would be crazy. His black beard is beginning to show hints of white. Hail, stranger, and well met. What can I do for you this fine day? A message, eh? He takes the note from you. Very well, you can tell him the message is delivered. Was there anything else you wanted? He smiles broadly. My friend, I am Keldor of Durin, one of the factotums of the Godsmen, and nominally in charge of this place while our true high-ups are gone in conclave. This is the Great Foundry, home of the Believers of the Source, also known as the Godsmen. Here we make items that ship all over the planes. We're renowned in many worlds. Only the best work here. It's said that I've got a staff of smiths that rival those in Mount Clangadin, itself. Personally, I don't think we're that good, but we are close. Sadly, friend, we cannot. We're engaged in a long-term contract right now that's taking up most of our resources. Perhaps when we've finished, in a matter of years. He shrugs. My apologies. I don't really actually care about learning about your faction. He smiles. Friend, I can't give you that until you prove yourself a friend of the Godsmen. You see a bushy-haired man clad in the height of fashion, if you consider fashion to have died 50 years ago. His clothing seems to consist of tattered street urchin rags, and seem to affect a disdainful manner towards those around him. Or that might be his actual manner. He doesn't even glance at you until you speak to him, and then his eyes begin searching your face carefully. You want something? I'm Nil Xander, great-grandson of the artificer Zero Xander, engineer, dreamer, creator, and I've finished his work. The work that you commissioned, the Dream Builder. Are you ready to claim use of it now? It is both machine and ritual. It's a state of mind and a construct of steam and blood. It grants dreams to those who enter its confines. It was built for you, and it's waiting for you. Are you ready to finish it off? We've been waiting for you for decades. Because my great-grandfather Zeno Xander set your face in stone so that we would know you when you returned for the work you commissioned. He always thought you'd return, but no one else truly believed you would. Our family completed it because we said we would, and now here you are. No, it was stolen from me a year ago. I saw only a shadow flitting away. It's the only item taken from my home. I have no idea who'd take it, but I memorized the features. What I need to begin the final stages of the Dream Builder is a piece of your skin immersed in your blood, so the machine can familiarize itself with your physical essence. It must be in a blue-green bottle to symbolize the dream sea on which you will float. You don't, eh? Then maybe you ought to remember that you're fetching these items for a design you funded for a project you wanted created in the first place, for a device so impractical that the solution to it consumed the lives of 4 generations of my family. All for you. If you want to see this project complete, you'll finish the final stages and stop your endless whining. I need flesh, blood, in a bottle, bro. I don't know how to get that stuff. Well, I know how to get my flesh and blood, but I don't know how to get a bottle.
I'm gone. I'm gone.
All right. Where am I going to find a bottle? I assume whatever that machine is the machine that I've been waiting for. You see a competent, somewhat bored-looking guard. Greetings, sir. May I be of May I be of assistance? I don't know why I kept wanting to put a B in there. Assistance. I'm afraid that's a secret, sir, even from our valued faction members. Unless you're involved in the project itself, or unless you receive authorization from one of the higher-ups, we can't allow you in. Just south of the main foundry, sir, you'll find an office with a desk in it. That's the clerk's office. See, an office with a desk in it. It's one of these. Ah. You see a wizened old man with trembling hands and a cunning face. He looks you over carefully and speaks. Hell, have I seen you before? You seem familiar to me somehow.
I never forget a face. It'll come to me. Ah, Bator it will. Not so fast, lad. Takes a while for the mind to warm up to a task like this. I've lived a long time. I've seen a lot more faces in that time, and it ain't so easy to remember. Memory's a fleeting thing, and that's some you can blank on.
Before replying, you mutter.
Tell me about it, lad.
I think it's before replying, he mutters or something. Or I get it.
You have a receipt?
He pauses for a moment.
If you got a receipt, give it to me. Otherwise, I can't give you anything. Now go on. I'm sure I can be a busy man without being played with by a passerby. Me? I'm Nadlin Godsman, fighter extraordinaire. He sighs. At least I used to be. Now I'm a clerk in the foundry, breathing in this sooty air and hastening my dying a day long. Bless you, son. And now if you'll excuse me, I have some windows to look out. I got some important windows to stare out of, all melancholy like. If you wouldn't mind fucking the hell off.
I gotta get a bottle?
I'm gone.
Time is it? It's 10:48. My voice is getting kind of tired, I gotta say. I do like playing this game, but it is one of those like, oh my god. Okay, so we need a bottle. Can I go buy one? Vial of skin and blood for the final stages of the Dream Builder. So that I may dream again. I'm excited. That sounds fun.
All right.
Those guys seem to be arguing about something. Well, well, fall from grace, or whatever it is you call yourself now. Truly a pleasure to see you here. What do I owe the honor of your visit? I thought that you rarely trafficked among our kind anymore. She glances at you for a moment with the same faint sneer. Or is your assignment here almost finished? I do not know what assignment you are referring to, Vrishchika, though your presence here brings with it many questions. Lastly, I had heard you were a standard bearer for the Company of the Vulture. How did you come to Seagull? She replies curtly, firing a question back like an arrow. By choice. And you? Where will your orders take you next? She suddenly turns to you. You see, little man. Vrishchika smiles as if savoring the words. The best temptress is one that can make you buy into the illusion of being both promiscuous yet virtuous at the same time. Prostitute priestess, as it were. Mistress Grace is among the greatest. She turns to fall from grace. Are you not? Would you not think that 1,000 years of slavery had left their scars, no? You would not think that 1,000 years of slavery had left their scars, no? Fall from grace speaks with a coldness you never heard before. The air almost becomes ice as she dissects Vrishchika with her gaze. That is enough. Very well. Though you are the ones who came to my emporium. Vrishchika looks at you. Here to buy something? Yes, I am. Do you have any exotic items left? The front of the store, you have the baby oil that I won't let me buy. I need a bottle. Immunity to panic. Random crap I've sold you. I think I'll end up calling it here soon. I'm pretty hungry. I'm pretty tired. I got some stuff I gotta do. My voice kind of hurts a little bit. I gotta clean. Go on a walk or something, you know. Oh my god. I gotta wake up a little bit. Feel like I haven't been able to wake up these past couple days. I was really fucking sleepy. Where the hell am I gonna get a bottle of blood or a vial of my own shit, though?
Done.
Maybe here in like the museum?
All right.
I never looked at this. An animated bloody iron chain coiling and uncoiling upon itself. The chain itself seems to bend and weave like the spine of a snake. A small placard reads, "A chitin's animated chain from Jangling Heiter." The chain is slightly warm to the touch, as if it were alive. You notice that various barbs, tiny hooks, needles, and other small sharp bits are welded along the chain's length. That is my daughter. For a moment, there's a hint of sadness in the milky whiteness of her eyes. We no longer speak to one another. There's nothing to be said between us. She's gone off in pursuit of stories, all for reasons I'm unaware of. Ivana slowly nods. I had no idea. I will see her now. I thank you, good sir, for bringing me this news of my only daughter. As she speaks, color slowly bleeds into the pale irises of her eyes. Slowly bleeds into the pale irises until her eyes are a brilliant shade of green. Never mind, that's not what I wanted to ask. Where am I gonna get a file of my own blood and shit? It's gotta be a very specific one, because I can just give him my blood and crap. These guys are arguing over here. I don't know what the hell about. This young actor seems far too involved with giving his performance to pause and speak with you. You notice that near his feet is a felt cap containing a small sum of copper. Occasionally, a passerby will drop a coin or 3 into the cap. Your coin lands in the cap with a soft clink. The actor, without stopping his performance, gives you a quick nod of thanks. This young actor seems blah blah blah. Drop a coin into the cap. Leave. I'm not gonna steal it. I'm not evil, so there's no point in doing that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go on a walk. It's gonna be nice. And then I'll work on cleaning. Have I talked to you before? Diligence? Diligence gives you a look of utter revulsion. Did I not demand that you steer clear of me? I warned you that I would summon the guard. I don't actually remember talking to Diligence, but it's been a while. Where am I gonna get a jar of my own, like, or a jar to put my shit in? Well, we didn't finish exploring the tunnels down here, it looks like. So this might lead us somewhere. I'm going to save here. And we'll call this for today. We'll play more. I'll probably play Black and White tomorrow. I do want to look at maybe some other games, but I'm having a lot of fun with Black and White and Planescape Torment, you know? And I feel like if I don't pound out Planescape Torment, I'm going to start forgetting stuff, you know? But my voice is getting kind of tired, and I don't really want to speak anymore, so... It's always the trouble with this game, is like I would talk more and talk about my day or like other random anecdotes, but it's just so much reading. It's not bad, like I enjoy it, and I enjoy reading it all out, you know. It's definitely one of these games that it's hard to do other stuff, because I finish like talking to a guy for half an hour, and then I like, oh, I gotta walk. I got a few minutes before I gotta talk to another guy for 15 minutes. And then it's like, bro, I'm just gonna shut up while I walk between the two places, right? Anyway. Yeah, thanks for stopping in. I always appreciate it. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I'll play some fucking Black and White. It'll be fun. I might look up where to get this vial, but I don't think I need to yet. If we get stuck and we don't know where to go, I might look it up. But that'll be it. Have a good one, everybody.